Today on Divorce Court.
My fiance Byron doesn't spend any time with me. He spends all of his time playing video games and all of his money on himself.
My significant other doesn't seem to appreciate me. She seems a little indecisive, and I'm just trying to make sure that we actually belong together.
Byron and I argue about video games all of the time.
What I find is that I enjoy playing video games as much as anybody else enjoys watching television.
Byron, I need you to put down the controller and pay attention to me.
Sarah, I need you to relax and just be happy.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Sarah Roddenbush and Byron Banks. The two of you have been together for 9 years, and you have 2 children together, correct?
Yes.
You are having difficulty in your union, so you came to see me. I gave you my compatibility test to help me see what might be going on, but I'm going to start with you, Ms. Roddenbush. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and what brought you here today?
Okay, well, Byron and I have been together for 9 years, and it seems like now all we do is argue. When we do argue, there's no resolution. It either ends in me threatening to leave or Byron kicking me out. In the past, I was caught texting a guy from work, and Byron reacted by kicking me out in the middle of the night. So,
how long ago was that in the 9-year relationship?
it was probably a couple of years ago.
Well, what were you doing texting some other dude?
I was wrong. I was seeking attention because Byron has trouble giving me attention. So I was sort of begging for attention from some.
And this other guy gave you some, so that was, and you walked down the road with that.
Yeah.
No touching involved?
Not at that point, no.
Okay. Mr. Banks, is that, I assume that's accurate because she just told on herself.
Yeah, as far as I know is accurate. One night, family was over, she was tired, so I carried her up to bed. Like, I carried her up a flight of steps in my arms.
Right.
And upon putting her in the bed, the first thing she woke up, can you get my phone for me? All right, so I went back downstairs, and when I got the phone, something wasn't right, so I decided to, do a little bit of snooping. And I went through, I seen one guy, and he decided to say some things to her that I don't even think I was comfortable with saying to her.
No kidding.
He went in very graphic detail of what he wanted to do with my woman. So.
Wow.
So, I admit I got heated, and yes, it was the middle of the night, but I was completely disrespected and betrayed. I mean, I take care of everything in the house, and for her to use my internet to interact with some other guy, I couldn't tolerate it.
It was beyond the pale.
It was beyond.
It was beyond the pale. Ms. Roddenbush, you know how wrong you were and all that kind of stuff, and you can't do that.
Right.
But let me say this to you, Mr. Banks. Above all else, your man's got to be about your security.
Yes.
If you really that hot, you roll. Don't put your woman out in the middle of the night. Something happened to her. You know what I mean? You had every right in the world to be angry as all get out. You really, really did. But you don't want to put yourself in the position of regretting that decision. You know what I mean? Somebody she come back in a body bag. You'll never get over it. Okay? Just saying.
Absolutely.
Okay. Are the things you're asking her to say, either pick me or get out, are they large?
No.
Are they mind-blowing? It's like, I want my daughter to be this religion, and if you don't go leave, or is it, you didn't cook the meal right?
No,
Get out.
absolutely not.
No.
It's more along the lines where I'm made to look a particular like if I'm.
Give me an example.
If he does something, no, the problem is if he does something that I don't like, such as just ignoring me, I say something to him, it's in one ear and out the other, I'll bring that to his attention. I told him, I've been trying to get my license, so I told him about I needed my birth certificate in order to get my driver's license. Well, I told him that it costs money in order for me to do this. Well, he makes the money right now because I just had a child. So instead of saying, hey, here's some money so that you can go get your license and your birth certificate, he ignored me completely. Well, just recently, like I said, I've been trying to get my driver's license. Well, recently I asked him to drive me to drop my son off at his father's house. Well, Byron did not want to take that 9-minute drive and immediately threw in my face that I don't have my driver's license.
Y'all got in a fight about it that night?
Yeah, and it was a heated argument to the point where he was telling me to leave.
Mr. Banks, did that happen?
In some respects, yes. But my thing with that, and with any situation with her, is she expects me to read her mind. When she's just saying, oh, my birth certificate is $45. Now, she watches children and, while she's out of work at the moment. So instead of her using her money, I guess she's just expecting me to use mine.
To offer up yours.
Right.
Did you make the ask?
No, I did not ask. But at that point in time, we had no food in the house. So I was using my money to put food in the house because he spends all of his money on getting high and video games. So when I can't ever ask him for anything because I feel like he doesn't hear me anyway.
Whenever she asks me for anything, if I'm able to do it, it will be done. However, if somebody just makes a bold statement
comment.
I don't take that as anything.
As a request.
Right. That's not a request to me. That's just a statement.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. That doesn't mean I'll give you something.
I know. I get what he's saying. Women will read 3 levels deep. Dudes don't. They make the ask. They don't expect you to know anything. They tell you. So you gotta tell them.
Yeah.
You
but
with
the thing
me?
about it is when I do tell him something or ask him for something, he doesn't listen. So.
Oh, I believe that to be the case. But we will we'll continue this, and I want to talk about how you communicate or fail to communicate in more specific terms. You know what a woman always wants to speak about? Baby, how was your day?
Her telling me about how her day can start in one place and then turns into the family drama that maybe I don't want to hear about that after dealing with my
Which is
own
why you
nonsense.
don't ask her. I'm telling you, that's what happens. I'm telling you. You say that your communication issues stem in large part because everything you say goes in one ear and out the other. Explain that to me.
Well, for example, when I was working and I would give him my work hours, I would tell him on Monday, here, these are my hours. On Tuesday, here, these are my hours. Then Wednesday, I'm working and I'll give him a call. I'm still at work. I'll give him a call. Where are you? I'm home. Did you pick our daughter up from the babysitter? No, where are you? I'm at work. Mm-hmm. I've been telling you all week that I have to work on this day at these hours, so obviously our daughter's going to be at the babysitter. Mm-hmm. Coming home to a mess every day. When I was working and he wasn't working, I would come home to a mess. I would ask him consistently, can you make sure that at least the kids are changed and fed? But that would go in one ear and out the other, and he tells me, I specifically asked you to make sure that the kids ate and that they're changed. I specifically told you, I'm working these days. Where am I wrong in that?
I'll tell you where you went wrong on the days part. He took the days and said, okay, I know that. He didn't take it, now what are my responsibilities as a function thereof? He just didn't do it.
Right.
And he didn't make that step. And he's not looking to do any more work than he's already doing. So you have to specifically tell him, because I'm unavailable, you'll now have to take care of something I usually take care of. That's where you went wrong on that one. But the next one, let's talk about it with him. When she was working and you weren't working, were you less than an able house husband?
Absolutely not. I don't drop the children off because I leave for work before everyone else in my household does. I pick my children up every day. My babysitter can contest to that. I take care of the children, I feed them, I give them baths whenever they need it. Now, the thing with her is if she comes home and something's not done, particularly when she wants it done, that's an issue. And I don't hold the same grudge. I understand people get tired. First thing, after running around with kids all day, you may want to take a break, especially after working all day.
But you don't run around with kids all day.
You even admit in your paperwork that you play a lot of video games.
Yes, I do.
And that you feel that the fact that you're breathing the same air with your family should be enough. You said that.
Yes. I mean, and that could be...
That doesn't sound like a guy who's handling his business with his kids.
Right.
You did say that.
Yes, I mean, that part was actually about me and her sitting somewhere, and it's, after everybody is in bed, and it's us two sitting around or something. And I'm like, I have spent countless time
trying to balance playing video games and family time has been a struggle.
Now, that sounds like something she wrote. It's not a struggle for me. It's simply either I'm going to play the game or I'm not. And the thing about that is I have made a conscious effort to not play video games for multiple days and sat around with her, coming straight home from work, and let her control the TV space, let her control the living room area. And I sat there for 3 days in complete silence with her.
No.
Because she chose not to do anything. I put the control in her hand and let her try to...
You know what a woman always wants to speak about? Baby, how was your day?
Her telling me about how her day was could start in one place and then turns into the family drama that maybe I don't want to hear about that after dealing with my own
Which is why
nonsense.
you don't ask her. I'm telling you, that's what happens. I'm telling you, that's exactly what happens. Having said that, I want to talk about this. She believes in unschooling and you don't, so we're going to talk about that.
Right. I've been in school and
you know what you know and you're uncomfortable with anything new.
Yes.
That's your problem.
That's his life.
Oh, I'm
He's
open-minded.
comfortable.
No,
in
you're
his life.
not. No, you're not open-minded. Don't tell that lie. Mr. Banks, you say she's unschooling your kid and you find that unsatisfactory. Why don't you tell me what unschooling is?
I mean, according to the definition I found, was unschooling was a branch of homeschooling where the child pretty much dictates the curriculum. He decides if he wants to learn, if he wants to be engaged with anything. And I mean, as an adult, if you give me the option of either doing something and not doing something, I'll take whatever's easier for me.
Which is
what I believe the child would do in the same sense.
Do you agree with that definition of unschooling? Let's get terms correct.
Yes, the definition of unschooling is a form of homeschooling where the child leads the education. But it's not they sit there and do whatever they want.
But that's what ultimately happens.
No, whatever he was shown interest, whatever he showed interest in, that's what we would do that day. My son is very into numbers and computers and technology and all that. He learned how to code on his own at 8 years old because of unschooling, because I let him, he was on the phone or on the tablet, on the internet, but I was controlling what he was doing. I feel like that's more beneficial than going to a school that's rated 1 out of 10, where
that's pretty impressive. If your 8-year-old can code, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
How can I say anything about that?
I mean, but at the same time, if he can't read or write, his code won't amount to anything. Like, if he can't read, if he's supposed to
What if there are certain areas he just don't like? Like writing or reading books or whatever it may be. How do you demand proficiency in areas he finds uninteresting?
Well, the thing about it is my son has been reading and writing since he was 4 or 5 years old. He doesn't show as much as interest in writing, but to me, that's not a bad thing. He knows how to articulate what he wants and what he needs and can tell you a story.
Do you feel that your children are not educationally apt or appropriate for their age? I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
The method is different, but are the results good?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I believe my children are quite intelligent. Like
But educationally able. I'm not talking about intellect. Educationally able. If you believe they're educationally able and their intellect is appropriately engaged, why would you be unhappy with the method by which she does it?
Well, because again, if it's put into a child's hand, a child is indecisive. They can quickly change what they want to be interested in. You're
talking theory. I'm talking
I'm talking reality. I've been in school, and like
you know what you know, and you're uncomfortable with anything new.
Yes.
That's your problem.
That's his life.
Oh,
He's comfortable.
No, you're not. No, you're not open-minded. Don't tell that lie. You are not open-minded. I know open-minded when I see it. That ain't it. But we're gonna move forward from there and see if we can get somewhere where we can agree on something. You have trouble with the way Mr. Banks spends money. Why don't you explain that to me?
Well, Byron is the only one working right now, and he feels like all of that money is his. He does pay the bills, but besides paying the bills, there are other things that need to get handled, but he doesn't feel like that's his responsibility. As long as Byron is taken care of, then Byron is happy. He spends the majority of his money on getting high and video games.
Mr. Banks, your response to that would be what?
Yes, I do spend some significant amount of money on myself. I have to admit that, yes. But I also make sure that my family is taken care of too. Nobody's ever without.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have for myself if anybody else was going to be without. Like, that's just not the man I was taught to be.
Yeah.
Actually, we went without food a few weeks ago.
And in that particular case, I had to pay bills. No money was spent on me personally.
You know, I understand that, but instead of spending money on video games, why don't you put some more in the bank so when you have a tight month, everybody's still eating?
That's true. Now, that is true. And I have had situations. I mean, I can admit I've been irresponsible with finances, and over time I have gotten better. I was to a point where I had money sitting in the bank for a rainy day, and the day did rain. A car repair bills came up and everything, and we're still driving to this day. We're eating.
But I understand that. But she said a couple of weeks ago, food got tight.
Right.
And what you're saying is, I am into my video games and I spend a lot of money. And I'm saying you don't have the discretionary income to afford that because your kids should never be this close to not eating.
Right.
You with me on that?
I'm absolutely with you on that. And that's what I'm saying. In that particular situation, no funds were allocated to Byron Banks at all.
But it's not that particular situation.
Yes.
Okay, here's what I'm about to say. He is who he is. I get who he is. He's rigid, and he's very linear, and selfish. And you even said in your thing that you are selfish. Now, you have to talk to him like he is who he is. You've got to find your voice. It can't be a screaming voice, can't be a yelling voice. You can't tell him, oh, this is it. He should have known. He don't know. He's selfish. He's self-involved. You have to be very specific because you picked him. And you had a whole bunch of kids with him. You know what I mean? They don't change. They don't get better. It gets worse. I mean, and I'm just not talking men. I'm talking in general. Everybody lets everything go as you get along. So you've got to be strong and pointed and make the ask, make your needs and desires known, and don't freak out and don't argue. He can't argue. You can let him blow and bluster all he wants. And when he put you out, he said, I'm not leaving. This is my home. These are my children. And I will not go. Your wife is crying about your woman is crying about what I said because I hit her heart. I hit her where she's soft. She feels scared and weak, and you that dude. Be a better man. This matter is adjourned.
Byron puts me out of the house one more time, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, I know Sarah's upset with me for putting her out. I will do a better job of not putting her out. I haven't thought about how that affects my children as much as her. So there will be efforts put in place to make sure that we don't have these situations again.
Today on Divorce Court.
I'm here today because my dog has come between me and my girlfriend.
I gave PJ the ultimatum, or the dog or me.
I chose the dog.
I was so upset that she chose the dog over me.
LaWanda has a bad temper. You can't say anything to her without her ready to fight.
She said, when you threaten me, I'ma tase you.
I would like to continue our relationship.
I don't never want to see that dog again.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Peggy, PJ Jackson, and LaWanda Jackson. You two have been together for 5 years, but you do not want to be together anymore. There has been an interloper in your union. Ms. Jackson, I'm going to call you, since you're both Ms. Jackson, I'm going to call you PJ and you LaWanda. You okay with that?
Yes, ma'am.
PJ, why don't you tell me what happened?
Well, it started with my dog, Duffy.
What kind of dog is Duffy?
Duffy is a 24-pound West Highland White Terrier.
Oh!
Yeah, that's
I'm a
Duffy.
dog person. That ain't cute. Very, very cute.
Okay, so we weren't living together, but I was living in Augusta. She was living in Atlanta. I decided to move from Augusta to Atlanta to be with her. And I told her before I moved that I wanted to get a dog. And she said, okay, you can have one dog. So about 6 months into, after we moved in together, 6 months in, I got Duffy. And ever since I brought him into the house, her whole attitude changed toward me. Every time the dog would move, like would get on the couch, she would throw things at the dog to make him get off the couch.
You throwing stuff at Duffy?
No, I didn't. PJ loved the dog more than she loved herself, you know. And she just went to the extreme with the dog. You know, the dog done start eating out of the plate that we eat out of. You washing the dog in the sink that I wash dishes out of. And it was just too much. She just went to the extreme with the dog.
But it was just your attitude, your whole attitude.
Tell me, what was her attitude towards the dog?
She's saying that I could get the dog, but when I brought the dog in, it was like, why did you bring this dog here? Well, that's what we agreed on. Okay, but she said, no, I didn't agree to that. You didn't tell me that you were going to get the dog then, because I didn't tell her that that day that I was going to get the dog. We were sleeping in the same room, but because of Duffy likes to get into bed, she doesn't want him to get into bed. Well,
sleep in the bed. That's right. Sleep in the bed.
So I moved out of the room to go.
He's not a human being. He's an animal.
Hold up, PJ.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you got a dog, didn't quite tell her about it, and let the dog sleep in the bed, and she says, I don't want the dog in the bed. I mean, I talk about
there's too much going on. That's just too much.
You know what I mean? You know, if she don't want her in her personal space, you actually moved out to sleep with the dog as opposed to her.
And she know how I feel about the dog.
And don't you think that's a little deep?
It's a little deep, but it's just
she loved the dog. Just be honest. Tell the truth. You love the dog. Say it.
Yeah,
I love the dog.
Okay, but her attitude is what makes me not want to sleep in the same bed with her. How she treated me.
Yeah, because you want to
give me an
put the dog in the middle.
Give me an example of what she's done. She's already said you wash the dog in the kitchen sink. She said that already. What else do you do?
If I go to work and I call her and I say, okay, can you just let the dog out for me? She's like, that's your dog, that's your responsibility. We're supposed to be partners in a relationship. But another thing with her is she has her things that she likes to do. She likes to go out, she likes to party, she likes to spend time with her friends and stuff.
Yes, I do.
And and my dog is my comfort. So her friends are her comfort, my dog is my comfort. So I enjoy being, and I don't see why do you want me to give up the dog?
Like animals? Is that it?
I don't like animals, but I don't mistreat them. You know, I go along with it. Just like when she's at work, she call and say, you gonna take my dog out? I said, yeah, PJ, I take the dog. I goes in the room and open the door. I said, come on, Duffy, you want something to eat to go out? Duffy look at me like, I said, guess what? You wait on PJ to get home, because I'm not gonna do it. So when she come home, she said,
well, kind of like a dog doesn't understand if you say, hey, do you want to do this? You can say come, and they'll do that. You don't tell the dog to come. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. But this dog ain't like, he got normal sense. When I goes in there, and I try to be nice. I say, hey, Duffy, you want to go out there? I said, you want to go out to use it?
He's scared of you. You keep throwing things at him. If you keep throwing things at him,
do you throw things at Duffy?
Yes, I throw my keys at him, because I come home from work, and he's on my couch in the window. And look like when I walk up, they open the door, look like the dog will jump down and take out run. He just laying like that, this PJ couch. And I say, and I throw something at him.
I think you're inferring a whole lot of attitude that the dog really doesn't have. I mean, like, dogs don't, I'm on this couch like it's my, no, a cat maybe. Cat will give you attitude, but not, dogs aren't like that.
Not only that, he brought a cat in the house. Tried to make me think I'm crazy. My blood pressure went up sky high.
So what happened when the dog brought the cat in the house?
No, the cat was in my bed. When I walked in the room and turned the light on, the cat was in my bed. I went to screaming and hollering, ran to PJ, a cat in the house, cat in the house. PJ looked at me, oh, ain't no cat in here, like I'm crazy. I know I saw a cat. I know what I saw. I saw that stray cat outside that be in everybody's yard.
In your bed.
We got into the argument about me feeding the cat out of the plate. I mean, the dog out of the plate.
Right.
And she she had a frying pan. She was getting ready to hit me with a frying pan.
When I pull up.
But we had it was a friend of ours in the house that took the frying pan from her, so she couldn't get
Well, tell about the taser.
LaWanda, did you threaten her with a frying pan because the dog was eating out of the plate?
Yeah, I threatened her with the frying pan because she had a taser. Every
So
time we
where's
get
all that
into it, she
anger
walk
coming
around
from?
with the taser and say, I'm going to tase you.
You got a taser?
Yeah, tell the truth. Tell her.
You walk
Tell her
around
about the
house
taser.
threatening to tase people?
Okay, that's to keep her off of me. They call her Bull. Her nickname is Bull. Now, why do you think she has that nickname?
I do not know.
Because she likes to fight and raise hell. So when she gets mad...
Oh, like the Raging Bull, the movie.
Yeah, like a bull in
I
a
like to
china
race
shop.
with you.
But where's all that anger coming from? So one
Did
thing
you buy a taser specifically to get her off you?
I did.
So I told you, what I tell you, if you tase me and I go down, you better pray I don't get up.
Now, LaWanda, let's take a minute. Now, I think I understand what the problem is with the dog. I think we got a little anger issue over here.
Okay.
The taser, I do not think was a good resolution, but we'll skip that for right now. I understand, PJ, that LaWanda goes out a lot, she's partying, and you feel like that's happening too much. So I want to talk about that.
Why didn't you tell me all this before I moved from Augusta to Atlanta to be with you?
You loved me.
Okay, I love you.
You still love me?
Do you love me?
Do you love me?
But
look at me right now. Look at me right now. Look at me in my eyes and tell me you don't love me.
I'm talking to the judge right now.
No.
So, PJ, I understand that you say you made the ultimate sacrifice by going to move with her, but she's not affectionate and she's always partying with her friends. Why don't you tell me about that?
Okay, I'm the romantic type. I like to give back rubs. Don't even look like that.
LaWanda, hang on. Go ahead, PJ.
Give me a back rub. PJ, massage my feet. PJ this, PJ that. I try to accommodate her. On special occasions, I buy her gifts, jewelry, birthdays, Christmas. I'm over the top.
What does she do?
I might get a I love you every now and then. She's not affectionate at all. I don't feel that deep bond or affection that I feel like should be in our relationship. When I make special plans sometimes to go out, she forgets all about me. She goes out with her friends. Her friends, I don't believe, really care for me because we are in a gay relationship, and they feel like LaWanda. They ask. I know one particular person asked her, "Is that really what you want? Are you sure that's what you want?" And I think she's confused. Really, when we were together, was that really what you wanted? Was that really what she wanted?
LaWanda, you heard what she just said about the lack of affection, and she's concerned if this is really the kind of relationship you want to be in. What do you have to say about that?
I don't want to be in a relationship. No.
You what?
I want to come and go as I please. I'm getting up here in the clock just like you.
Well, why didn't you tell me that?
PJ, let her finish. LaWanda, go ahead. Tell me.
I'm here in the clock just like you. You're not taking care of me. You might be looking out for me, but you're not taking care of me because I'm getting up here in the clock just like you. I'm paying bills just like you. PJ want me all to herself. Just me. Nobody but me. And her relationship is boring. She likes to read. She likes to be on the computer, all in people's business. That's just not me. I don't care what they do.
So she's on social media, on Facebook,
exactly.
I'm on social media.
Baby.
Oh, no, don't you even go there, because
I don't love nothing but Facebook.
That's
and
all
you know
stay
it.
on
A selfie,
Facebook.
a selfie here, a selfie there.
We could go out to eat here on Facebook.
Hang on. You say she's very controlling. She's always tracking you and tracing you. Give me some examples that would show me how controlling she really is.
Okay, a prime example. A tracker device on my phone.
She put one on there?
Yes, she put one on my phone.
How did you find out?
I went to Metro PCS, and they told me and showed it to me.
Did you put a tracking device on her phone, PJ?
I did.
Why did you do that?
Like I said, we have a, what I thought was a relationship. And she's staying out past 2 a.m. in the morning.
I'm I'm grown.
Okay, but if we're in a relationship, where are you at after 2 a.m. in the morning?
Party.
3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. That's my point. That's exactly my point. So why?
Hey.
Why didn't you tell me all this before I moved from Augusta to Atlanta to be with you?
You loved me.
Okay, I love you.
You still love me?
Do you love me?
Do you love me?
But
look at me right now. Look at me right now. Look at me in my eyes and tell me you don't love me.
I'm talking to the judge right now.
No. The judge wants you to look at me. No.
I usually don't let that go on, but I enjoyed that one. PJ, I want to move on to the next topic, which you say you believe LaWanda has a drinking problem, and I want you to tell me how you believe that has impacted your relationship.
That they were at a red light, and they had been drinking, having a good time, and LaWanda insisted on driving home and fell asleep at the red light.
LaWanda, do you drink a little too much? Why do you think LaWanda has a drinking problem?
LaWanda would never admit this, but LaWanda has a drinking problem because I feel like when she goes out and she parties and she drinks excessively, and then she drives. Her aunt told me one time that they were at a red light, and they had been drinking, having a good time, and LaWanda insisted on driving home and fell asleep at the red light.
LaWanda, do you drink a little too much?
You know, it all depends on what it is, but I love margaritas. I wanted a margarita when we got off the plane. It ain't like I gotta have another one.
We're not talking about what you did last night. We're talking about throughout the entire
Yes, I like to drink and I like to party.
And you prioritize that over everything. Because I have a plan. I'm sorry. I have planned special occasions.
If I have a drinking problem, I need to drink 24/7.
I can't find her.
Well, no, that's not really true.
Back to the GPS tracker.
You don't have to be drunk 24/7 to have a drinking problem.
But some days I don't even drink, especially when I got to go to work. I don't drink. When I'm off, yes, I drink. I drink at home.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Oh. Well, maybe now you do.
LaWanda, why don't you tell me about the time you were out partying and she came and took the car. You didn't have a way home.
Oh, yes. She came and tell it all. It was her car.
Right.
And she had bought another truck. And I asked, can I use her car? She said yes. So I was over my auntie's house and I was washing clothes. And my auntie said, how did you get over here? I said, I drove PJ car. She said, there's no car here. You came in her yard and drove the car away. Drove the car, you don't know where you was. You drove the car away, and then you walked back to your truck. So I knew
PJ, why did you do that?
Because I wanted to keep my car intact, and I've told her 100 times, don't drive my car and drink. Don't do that.
So you were afraid that since she was with somebody in her family in your car, that she would be drinking in your car, so you went and got your car.
Exactly.
But the thing about it is, you buy me stuff to drink. So how's I'm
at home? Because I want you to stay at home and drink. What do you need to go out, keep going out in the streets for drinking? And why do you keep drinking and driving? And see, that's dangerous. And you ask me why I put the GPS on your phone, so I don't know where you're at.
Now, LaWanda, you drink.
I didn't say you were.
I have judicially obligated. You can't be drinking and have those keys in your hand.
You're so right.
Because what happens is you get in an accident, you kill some woman and her daughter, and you get a hangnail because you're so loose and drunk in the car that nothing ever happens to you. You don't have that right to expose us to that kind of danger. None whatsoever. You understand me?
Yes, ma'am. You're right.
That ain't got nothing to do with controlling. That's illegal, immoral. It's just wrong on every level, and then some.
Okay.
So you guys are done with one another?
Yeah, we're cool.
You cool? Mm-hmm. Well, my understanding is, friends. PJ, you want $800 in outstanding bills, but LaWanda, you say she actually owes you $1,200.
Exactly.
So you're going to explain that to me, and I'll tell you how I will resolve that matter. Briefly, PJ, why do you believe that LaWanda owes you $800?
Because when she moved, I came home one day and she was gone.
Right.
Our agreement was I pay the rent and she takes care of the utilities.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so when she left me holding the complete bag.
I see you reaching for something. Why don't you give that
Yeah.
to Joe? And so you think that she should at least pay the utilities for the first month when she left?
Yeah.
Or was it a month she was there?
Yeah, she was gone for about right at a month.
And didn't pay for that month that she was living
Didn't pay. Yeah, she hadn't.
And
she
you stayed in the
you
house.
were
Okay.
already behind in the utilities,
there?
LaWanda,
Okay,
when you
LaWanda,
left.
why don't you tell me why you believe she owes her $1,200, but you don't owe her anything?
First of all, the $1,200, she was living in Augusta. When I went and got her from Augusta and brought her to Atlanta, her car was messing up. Her transmission in her truck was going out. She knew that. So she kept telling me she'd been on Craigslist and she seen a car that she wanted. So I said, well, how much the car is? She said $1,200. She said, but I want to go check it out. We went over to the man's house and she test drove the car. She said, well, I like the car. I said, you sure? She told the man she wanted the car. So the man had my name and her name on the title. Mm-hmm. But when PJ got the car, my name was not on it.
Who paid for the car?
I paid cash money for the car. My mama had passed.
Did she pay cash money for the
Yes,
car?
I paid.
Yeah, she paid. for that.
Okay, this is what we got, ladies. You know, first of all, I'd never recommend moving to be with somebody. You should live with somebody. You know what I'm saying? It usually doesn't work out. You have a relationship where you've lived together for a while or known each other a while before you get up and move your life, because it's different being in a house with somebody than it is in a long-distance relationship. That's number one. Number two, I love Duffy, and I'm glad Duffy loves you, and you got somebody to love now that LaWanda is gone.
Okay.
Number three, you guys were in it together. It was one household. You were putting in utilities. You were putting in rent. You were putting in utilities. You were putting in the money. So I'm not going to start giving money back and forth across. Let's call it a day. Let's call it even. Let's call it done. And everybody, you know, be glad that you loved one another. Be glad that it's over. You take Duffy and you take your freedom. There will be no recovery for either party, and this matter is adjourned.
I'm done with it. I'm done with the relationship. We friends. I'm concerned about how she doing, because she's up here in Georgia by herself, no family members. So I be concerned about her, how she doing in her health and everything. But that's it.
I think LaWanda and I will be friends. We still have a lot in common. We still enjoy each other's company, but we just can't be lovers anymore.
Today on Divorce Court.
I am doing everything I can to keep our family together.
I don't feel like her family thinks that I'm good enough for her because I was not doing so good as far as like taking care of her.
His flirting, it has calmed down a lot, but he likes to show me that he can get whatever he wants.
Well, I feel like Elena could trust me because I never gave her anything to not trust me for.
I am definitely willing to fight for my marriage with Desmond.
Divorce is not an option, and I didn't get married to get a divorce.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Elena Bryson and Esmond Bryson. Mr. and Mrs. Bryson, you have been married for 4.5 years, but you've only known each other for 5. So you must have gotten married pretty soon after you met. I'm going to ask you, Mrs. Bryson, how did you get together and what has brought you here?
Well, we actually met in middle school, and he left, and then we got back together when we were teenagers. And at first, we didn't get together because of his lifestyle. I didn't want nothing to do with the lifestyle.
What kind of lifestyle was he leading?
In the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then after a while, he kept trying and trying and trying and trying. So we finally got together, and after 3 months, we got married.
Okay. Mr. Bryson, is that a fairly accurate recitation of what occurred?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So you loved her from middle school on.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I didn't, in middle school, I wasn't attracted to her. I actually used to make fun of her.
You just knew her in middle school.
Yeah, we was friends. We had a lot of mutual friends.
But once you met her later on in life,
Yeah.
you pursued her
Yeah.
and won her.
Yes.
How long did you date before you got married?
3 months.
3 months. What in 90 days said to you, I'm gonna make a life with this dude? Because you already had background on him that wasn't cool.
Yeah.
He was in the streets and you didn't like it.
Right.
So what did he do in those 90 days to turn you around?
It was just his personality, just everything, just his personality.
You gotta be more specific than that.
We had great chemistry. We just clicked right away.
Mr. Bryson, are you on the same page with that? It was kismet. It was meant to be.
Well,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was chemistry there. But most importantly for me, she wasn't easy to get. I had to work for it, and I wasn't used to that.
Right.
So that what made me more attracted to her.
Right.
So,
yeah. Because women these days don't make you chase.
Oh yeah, they don't make you chase.
At least as far as I can tell from in here. And the attraction of the chase is a great deal of it for dudes. Let me ask you this: once you caught her, when did you first start having concerns?
I don't know. At first it was just lust. I was just going off of lust and attraction. And then I started getting the motherly love from her, the affection that I wasn't used to. So that would bring me a little closer to her. And then she was more of my best friend at the same time.
What about your background made motherly love foreign to you?
Well, I grew up in a difficult household. I didn't really get affection from women in my life,
right?
In my family, and I was just in the streets a lot. And the streets
were tough.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah. Ms. Bryson, you say part of the problem that you're having with your husband is that he has so much anger built up from when he was younger that it's causing trouble in your relationships. Can you explain to me, give me some examples of how that's impacting you now?
A lot of anger. Just something so little, he just explodes and goes off.
Give me an example of what he's exploded about and how big the explosion is.
One example is we took a family trip to New Orleans. Some girls were flirting with him in an elevator, and he was flirting right back, right in front of my face. And I stayed quiet, and I had an attitude. So because I had an attitude,
he got angry.
My negative energy just like bursted on him. So he just got really angry. He left me, so I had to find my way to the hotel. I was angry that I had to find my own way by myself in New Orleans, where I had I had no idea where I was. And once I did find my way, he was inside of the hotel. So we just got into an altercation after that.
Now, it was a terrible thing to happen. He never should have left you there.
Right.
But I'm not saying, you're not showing me huge anger over a small thing. What's the smallest thing he's gotten angry about? Give me a sense of how unsteady it is at your house.
Just almost every day, just us communicating. If we're communicating and I'm asking too many questions or just basic conversation, he'll explode and be like, why you need to know that? You don't need to know all that information. It just like shuts down the conversation, and I'm just stuck with no other words to say. It's just basic
Mr. Bryson,
conversation.
I understand one of the things that you remain angry about is her failure to change her name to Bryson at her job. I think she uses it socially, but doesn't change it on her official documentation. Am I accurate that?
Yes.
Tell me about the conversations you've had about that and why you're so angry about it.
Well, I guess it got a little bit to do with my insecurities, for one. And for two, she works with a lot of guys. So when she using her maiden name, they don't take our relationship seriously. And I just wish she would just change it. And so, I mean, we've been married for years. She gave me excuses about that she got to wait to the January, the beginning of the year, to change it. But we've been married 4.5 years. That's a lot of Januaries that passed.
Right. Mrs. Bryson, do you intend to change your name? And if so, why are you dragging your feet?
It's the reason why it's taking so long, and the reason why I have to wait until January is because it's on my medical records.
Right.
The reason why he gets upset is when I call into work, I have to say my first and last name and my information to call in sick at work. And he
You have
hears,
to officially change all of that in the system.
He hears that with the medical. He hears that when I call in with my job, when I go to doctor's appointments. So it's just like he thinks that everything hasn't been changed when it's only my job. That's the only thing that hasn't been changed.
Oh, all the other stuff has been changed. Just that one thing
Everything
hasn't
has been changed. My
Is
Social
that
Security,
accurate?
It's accurate, but I wish she would just represent me, my last name. I worked hard to get her to get my last name, so I want her to represent. That's all.
Okay. Women get into a fight with their dude. They come and run home to mom and dad and tell them he's awful, now when he's wonderful, they don't hear from you. You only sell them the bad side.
Right.
So eventually they're gonna hate the guy because everything they hear about him is negative.
Right.
Is that what you've done? Mr. Bryson, you say that her family dips into your business because she's running to them all the time. Tell me what it is that's going on and why you don't like it.
Well, every time we get into an argument, she likes to run to her family and kind of put me down, tell them all our business.
Right.
So they always just like to jump in our marriage, and I firmly
When you
believe.
say jump in, what do they do? Do they call you? Do they talk to you, or are they just in her ear?
They in her ear, and I think that she believes it. Some of the things that they say, they tell her to leave me. She shouldn't talk to me. She need a better man to take care of her and all this, and it doesn't do nothing good for our marriage because she just started looking at me like maybe they're right.
Do you run to them when you have a problem? Because this is what happens. Women get into a fight with their dude. They come and run home to mom and dad and tell them he's awful. Now, when he's wonderful, you don't run home and say they don't hear from you.
No.
But you only sell them the bad side.
Right.
So eventually they're gonna hate the guy because everything they hear about him is negative.
Right.
Is that what you've done?
Right, and you're exactly right. When I run to them, they only hear the negative. They don't hear the positive. But in my defense, I only absolutely run to a family member when I have to, when I absolutely have to. I don't...
How often do you absolutely have to?
Well, this year it's been almost 4 times, so...
What makes you absolutely have to? What occurs that makes it necessary for you to contact them?
For example, when I found out that he was cheating on me, yeah.
When did you find out he was cheating on you and how?
A year ago, almost exactly
What
a year
happened?
ago. What happened was he told me a story that he was going to have a prostitute, just one, that he was gonna have, and I believed it. I trusted him.
Even if he was telling the truth, wouldn't you find that that horrifying that he would pimp out a woman?
Right, right. Well, at the time, we were really, I know it sounds horrible, but we were really struggling really bad. And as long as I knew all the information and what was going on, that was his story. And
so it turns out he was sleeping with her?
No, well, at the time, not at that time, after.
He started to sleep with her after a while.
After I left is when it started, so, yeah.
Mr. Bryson, can you tell me a linear story here? What happened chronologically?
Okay, so she left, like she said, and that's when I started having a relationship with the woman, so it was enduring.
Well, okay. Well, so much I want to know, but I'm afraid to ask. I'm gonna ask what the fight about, what the leaving was about, what the problem with the family is all about, and see how much I can get through. You weren't allowed to come to her family to
No, I wasn't.
Is it because they didn't like you, because of what she was telling them?
It was because
they didn't like you because you were black? What was it?
It was because, it was because I was black, and it was because what she told them too.
Ms. Bryson, you were okay with him being a pimp, but you finally got in a fight with him about something that caused you to leave. What was that fight about?
I've actually went to work a week later after he told me that he was gonna start this business. And I went to work, and a girl that I work with is a dancer, a go-go dancer at one of the clubs. She came up to me and told me, she was like, are you and Esmond still together? And I was like, yeah, we're still together. Why, what's going on? And I already knew in my head what was gonna happen. She told me that he was locked up with an older white fitness lady looking up in her almost 40s, and asked, you know, if we were okay.
If you say that's old,
yeah,
I'm gonna hurt you both.
Oh. to us, to me, to him, actually. Yeah.
I'm leaning so hard on 60, it squeals every time I get up in the morning. She's talking about this old chick, 45. I got a son that age. Mr. Bryson.
Yes.
So that was what made you leave?
Well, yeah, and she asked if we were okay, and I have to sit here and explain myself at my job what's going on to this one person. And when I got home, I was like, we need to talk. And right when I said that, he, just like how he always does, get automatic defensive, and we got into another altercation. He left the house with his cousin. And let me mind you, during this time, he flew his cousin in. For the first 2 months that his cousin was here living with us, he never came home. Out of those 2 months, at night, when I got off of work, him and his cousin would be gone every night. He would pass the baby over to me and leave with his cousin. Wouldn't come home till 2 o'clock every night, except for 2 nights out of 2 months.
Now that I know why you left, why did you come back?
Well, there's
love, Your Honor.
Mr. Bryson, what do you think the main problem is?
Well, I was gone, but I was still in the streets, so I was just trying to provide for my family at that time. But we just had a lot of arguments and disagreements. It was the family thing for me mostly. You know, she used to leave me all the time and spend, you know, half of the holidays with her family and have to leave me with my daughter and take her.
You weren't allowed to come to her family to
No, I wasn't.
Is it because they didn't like you, because of what she was telling them?
It was because
they didn't like you because you were black? What was it?
It was because, it was because I was black, and it was because what she told them too. Mm-hmm. You know, they just didn't never hear no positive things that come from me. They only heard the negative stuff, so, you know.
But let me ask you this, Mr. Bryson. If you had a daughter and she brought home a street dealing, prostitute running, hothead dude for a husband, wouldn't you be concerned?
Definitely.
Ordinarily, I would tee off on him. There's a lot of stuff to tee off on him about, but I'm not gonna. And you wanna know why? Because I'm afraid that if I make him feel less than and powerless, he'll take it out on you. I saw his reaction when he saw you had makeup on.
Yeah.
That is a frightening thing to me.
Yeah.
That he is that insecure. So I'm not gonna tee off on him. I'm gonna beg you instead. I'm gonna beg you to be the kind of man that you would want your daughter to marry. I'm gonna beg you to be the kind of man that isn't okay with entering into a lifestyle you know 100% has horrible outcomes. I want you to be the kind of man who has a wife who feels safe and secure in her own home. I want you to be the kind of man that can look at her wife, whatever she does, she puts on whatever it is, you're not gonna get mad about it because you're so secure in who you are. You're not concerned that she looks really pretty today. So concerned that you acted up behind the fact that she had makeup on. Ooh, what a frightening way to live under all that pressure. Home should be where you feel safe and sound and secure and like, whoo, I can be all off my game and I don't have to be on top of my team because my man is here and he's got me. But she can't do that. She goes home and thinks, oh my God, what can't I say today? family doesn't like you because you've done things to make yourself not likable. And I want you to remember the analogy I gave you about your daughter every time you deal with the family. If you want to keep this guy, which I'm sure you do, quit telling your family, you don't need more heartache than you already got. Yeah. Quit telling your family what's going on unless you're really ready to make that move. And Mr. Bryson, if you love her at all, go get some anger management so you can make her life okay. Because I'm that concerned about her. Do you love her?
I do.
Do you want her to be happy and safe and feel comfortable at all?
I do.
Are you willing to go to anger management or get some kind of counseling, maybe even marriage counseling, in order to facilitate that end?
Yes.
That's what my husband says to me when he's going to shut me up and wants to go to sleep.
No, I don't know about anger management, but I want to go to marriage counseling for sure.
That makeup thing scared the living daylights out of me.
She's just a natural beauty.
Absolutely, she's a natural beauty. But that should be, you're a natural beauty, you don't need it. But you got angry. That's the part that scares me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This matter is adjourned.
I would definitely love to go to marriage counseling. We got a lot of things that we need to talk about to somebody else, and we need a third person looking in to let him know that I'm not the only one telling him that he's wrong.
The judge said I had an anger problem, which I do, and I know I need to work on it, but at this time, I think we have other issues that we need to work on as I work on myself.
Today on Divorce Court.
I think Keisha sees me a bit of a sugar daddy because I work long hours and I always try to provide for her and her family.
I want him to be able to pay attention to what I have to say and take value in it.
When she gets angry, she's a hothead, she slams doors and she yells.
Dale records our fights. It's irritating, to say the least.
Well, if Keisha doesn't change, I'm not going to be able to stick around because I just can't handle her temper.
If he doesn't change, I'm out the door today.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Keisha Ray and Dale Lamb. Ms. Ray and Mr. Lamb, you have been together for 1 year and you have no children together. Mr. Lamb, you have been here before with your previous wife, but you're here again. Let's figure that out. How all this happened. New woman, new circumstance. So, Ms. Ray, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship with Mr. Lamb and why you're here today?
We met through a mutual friend. Mm-hmm. Everything was good, except for when I first met him, he lied to me the day I met him.
What did he lie about?
He lied about his age. He told me he was 42. I guess he thought that the large age gap would be a problem, but he was actually 47.
That's incorrect, Your Honor. I told her I was 44.
You told me you were 42.
But, well, you told her an untruth about your
age.
I did. Okay, I got you. You told her untruth about your age. Go ahead, Ms. Ray.
Everything was good. We actually, since the day we met, we hung out every day for 3 months straight. And then he cheated.
And tell me the circumstances of the cheat and how you found out.
We had a conversation, and I told him that I'm not the type of person to go through another person's phone. But all the familiar signs started to come up. When he was very secretive. When he went to the bathroom, he took his phone. When he sat on the couch, but he wanted to get something to drink, he took his phone. When he went to sleep, it was under his pillow. He took his phone. When he came over one day, he left. I went to call him to tell him he forgot the food that I got for him. The phone rang in my house. I knew I had about 5 minutes before he had to come back because I lived on a one-way street, so he had to go all the way around. I went through his phone. My gut feeling said something was happening, and there were messages. You're pretty, I miss you, I can't wait to see you again, and...
This was 3 months into the relationship, approximately?
Your Honor, we were not exclusive at that time.
You're at my house every single day. How are we not exclusive?
Now, Ms. Ray, I'm going to have to land with Mr. Lamb on this one. Women make an assumption after a certain period of time, if we're with you, that you've decided that we're exclusive. Just because you're hanging out every day for 90 days doesn't mean there is a decision that you're exclusive.
Then why are you at my house?
Yeah, he slept because you let him sleep with you without any declaration.
We hadn't slept together yet.
Whatever, but there was no declaration. We are a couple and we are exclusive. You said you hadn't slept together yet?
Nope.
Then you weren't exclusive.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You made that assumption. You never sat down and have a conversation. What are we doing here? Where are we going? What's happening? I want to be with you.
We had a
alone.
conversation. He asked me if I wanted more kids. We had the conversation.
No, that's not the conversation. That's a conversation. We interject what we want to hear in that conversation, and y'all know it too. It's not just us. You dance all around it, but you don't actually say it, and then you rest on the fact that you didn't actually say it, but you know that everything you did and everything you said would lead us to believe.
The common denominator, you're right, the common denominator that she's refusing to bring out is that we had a mutual agreement that we weren't going to go through each other's phones. She would never have found out about the girl that I was seeing if she hadn't gone through my phone in the first place.
That is not true. That is not true.
You tell me what's true.
Because I actually got an app with a second phone number and contacted him myself. Within 24 hours, he decided to tell me that I looked good because I sent him a fake picture of this girl. I looked good, contacted, wanted to meet up, went to the place to meet up with me, didn't know I was there, took pictures. So that's not true.
That just shows how devious she is. Why would she have to use a separate app, use a separate phone number, and send me a picture of somebody else pretending to be her?
Because she wanted to catch you.
And she did. But we weren't exclusive.
Thank you.
So it didn't matter what she called me doing. We weren't exclusive.
And I understand that, Mr. Lamb, and you did assume exclusivity that wasn't there, but you led her to believe that. You know
I don't believe I did, Your Honor.
Oh, sure you did. Sure you did. So what happened after you caught him? Because to me, if you hadn't slept with him yet and you caught him on a cheat or what you thought was a cheat, that's a bounceable moment.
He left. We got in an argument. He left for 3 weeks. I thought it was done and over with until he came back before my birthday and knocked on my door. Mm-hmm. And he showed up, and I'm like, what are you doing here? Mm-hmm. I wanted to apologize. I couldn't take it anymore that I cheated on you.
This is after the 15 voice messages that she left me, crying and begging me to come back.
That was not true.
Okay.
Did you ask him to come back?
No, I asked him to talk to me. He blocked me. He blocked my phone number, blocked me on social media. Because I don't like leaving things undone. So you can't just do something to me and leave. No, I want to know why you did it and what your excuse was. But he didn't talk to me for 3 weeks. So I was like, okay, I'm done. 3 weeks, we're good. You came to my house. I didn't come to yours.
How long did it take him to talk his way in the house?
20 minutes.
20 seconds, Your Honor.
20 minutes.
I think it's just like that movie. He had you at hello. The fact that you were out, that he was out there, you were letting him back in.
I did go back to her apartment, and when I knocked on the door and she opened it, everything was a surprise.
That is not true. Yeah, surprise.
She
Why
was
are you at my
surprised to
house
see
after
me.
3
She
weeks?
talked to me, invited me in, and here we are.
And you were glad he was back, too. Now, you come on in here looking large and in charge, but that's what you did.
It didn't go exactly like that. But yes, he's back, obviously.
After that, were there any other instances where you found him cheating or inappropriately using social media?
About a month ago, he was on social media commenting on somebody's breast and asking for submissive women, saying he was single.
Asking for submissive women?
He wants a submissive woman. He told somebody he wanted a submissive woman and told the girl he wanted to get to know her and asked her how big her boobs were.
Mr. Lamb, is that accurate?
That is true. However, that was just meaningless flirtation. Some girl actually commented on me on Facebook, commented about my looks or whatever, so I responded that way.
It was one-sided.
However, what she's talking about, I have a classmate that I haven't seen in years, and she may be misconstruing these two people, but this girl just had emergency breast cancer surgery because she had cancer years ago, and she had to go back to the hospital. So I did comment on this one girl, how good she looked, and I did say something about her breast in the comment because I knew her from school. She lives in another state.
Well, it wasn't sexual, was
no,
it?
that one was
that
not
is
sexual,
correct.
but she's confusing those two.
The Facebook message says they were just becoming friends at the top. And at the bottom, it was just his conversation. I'd like to get to know you. How big are your boobs? If you've known this woman, why are you telling her you want to get to know her?
The woman she's talking about is someone different.
I got you.
Yeah.
So I got the lay of the land with respect to social media. Now I also understand there is an issue with the finances, so I want to talk about that.
I took out the money because I didn't want to argue with him, counted $400. We're in a van with no AC. All the windows are down, driving through Arizona. $100 flies out the window. And I said, well, we're down to $300.
So, Mr. Lamb, we want to talk about financial issues, and as I noted at the top, you had been here before with a previous relationship, and you had financial issues with her, too.
Yes,
so I'm going to roll what we did the last time to see if the problem is any different this time.
This past January, actually right before New Year's, I went to the bank. It was a weekend. Didn't have any cash. I went to the bank to get a few $100 out so she and I could go do something for the weekend.
Right.
And when I went to the bank, I found out that we were not only flat broke, all the accounts that I had
were empty.
Stored, yeah, savings account, the house fund, it's demolished.
I remember that.
Yes.
You had more hair, but you had more belly.
I did.
So okay, but less there, less there. It's all right. Why don't you tell me what your financial issues are with Ms. Ray?
Basically, she likes to shop, and she always wants money to go out and do things like that, shopping, and I'm not a shopper. I am a frugal guy, or some people might say cheap, okay?
Right. Very cheap.
I don't spend money just, crazy like. I like to keep it in control, and she unfortunately doesn't like that.
Well, first of all, you living together?
Sometimes. I have my own
Not
place,
really.
but we do stay together sometimes.
But you're not living together.
No.
Yeah. Tell me about the $400 test he put you through, because I thought that was deep.
Okay, so we went on a family trip, and he asked me to hold $400. Now, if I spend money the way he says, why are you asking me to hold your money? Second, I held the $400. We went on the trip. We had fun. We didn't spend any money out of my pocket or out of my purse. Everything we spent came from him. When we got in the car, we are on our way back home. He asked, how much money do we have left? I thought that was odd since we didn't spend any of my money. Or
of the money you were holding, yeah.
Right. So I took out the money because I didn't want to argue with him, counted $400. We're in a van with no AC. All the windows are down, driving through Arizona. $100 flies out the window. And I said, well, we're down to $300. He thought I was kidding. Don't joke about my money. I'm not kidding. It flew out the window. Don't play with me, put it away, until we got home. When we got back to my house, he asked for his money, and I handed him $300. Where's the other 100? I told you, it flew out the window. You thought I was kidding. I wasn't kidding.
Mr.
What did I do?
Lamb, did you ask her to hold $400? And if so, why did you?
Your Honor, it was a test. I didn't wake up that day thinking I was going to give her some money to hold for me. I had some shorts on that didn't have pockets.
Right.
They're really comfortable shorts. She was sitting 2 feet away from me in the minivan. So I gave her, it was actually $600. So I gave her the money to hold because she has a little zip pocket in her purse where she can stuff the money. No big deal. The day goes on, great. We have a terrific time. On the way home, we were in northern Arizona, not Phoenix, and it wasn't even summertime. The window was only cracked maybe this much, okay?
God, no, it wasn't.
Okay. Anyway, if $100 flew out of her purse and out the window, I'm 2 feet away from her. I would have heard it. I would have seen it. I would have slammed on those brakes, and we would have pulled over and looked for that $100. She didn't say a damn thing until we got home, and I asked for the money.
Well, what do you think happened to the money? Because you were together all day long.
Exactly.
You didn't see any packages with clothes, boots in it. What? How did she spend it without you knowing about it?
She didn't spend it. She put it somewhere else in her purse, away from the rest of the money. And then when I asked for it, it was gone. Exactly.
No, that
and
is
then
not
to
true.
finish the story, later that night, I was pretty much done with it. I was heated. It was an argument.
No.
But I went ahead and went to bed because she lives closer to where I worked at the time. So I was in bed about 9:30, 10 o'clock. She comes in the bedroom and throws $100 at me. A miraculous recovery of $100.
No, and he's lying. Because what happened when he got mad and started storming around my house, throwing around my things in my house, I called my friend who owed me money, asked her to bring me the money she owes me, and I gave it to him from her.
Just to keep him quiet.
So he could shut up. I should have kicked him out of my house.
But there's no way that $100 just flies out the freaking window. That doesn't happen. Doesn't sprout wings.
He took the video game, the TV, locked it in his car. We do this tit for tat. So I said, you know what? Electricity's off. You don't get to use, don't charge your phone. Don't use my microwave. Don't eat my food. If you want to play This Is Mine, don't do it.
You guys have only been together a year. So I think it's deep that you guys even know what the other one has financially. I just, you know what I mean? I was married 5 years before I could tell my, you know what I mean? It's just to me, a year is nothing. You fight all the time, is that right?
That's correct.
Tell me what you fight about.
Petty things. Anything that it's just petty. We could fight about, we fought over a video game. My kids like to play video games. He has video games at my house. They're not allowed to play when he's not there. So when he gets there, they ask. He still tells them no. And I'm like, you can't tell a child they can't play when you're here and when you're not here. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make sense. If that's the case, get it out of my house.
So you guys got into a bad argument about that?
Oh, he took the video game, the TV, locked it in his car. We do this tit for tat. So I said, you know what? Electricity's off. You don't get to use, don't charge your phone. Don't use my microwave. Don't eat my food. If you want to play This Is Mine, don't do it.
Mr. Lamb, your version of that
Your
event?
Honor.
Didn't the police end up getting called?
Not on this one.
Not on that one. Before that, the police got called, and I called them because I asked him to take me. One of my children was in the hospital. I asked him to take me. He didn't want to take me until his movie was over. Pause the movie. My child is in the hospital. So I left. I came back. I said, why am I leaving? This is my house. You get out of my house. He didn't want to leave. He took forever to take his stuff, and I locked him out when he went outside. He kicked my door in. So I called the police.
Mr. Lamb, did all that occur?
I had just gotten home from work, and yeah, I have a PS4 at their place, okay? Whoop-de-doo, no big deal. I don't mind that they play it. I had just gotten in from working 15 hours. I sat down on the couch. 5 minutes I'd been home, or I say home, but her place. I turned on the news. All of a sudden, her 8-year-old daughter wants to play. I'm like, well, look, I want to watch the news. I want to settle in, get in comfortable and just relax. All of a sudden, the 8-year-old runs to Mommy. Mommy, Dale won't let me play. Okay.
She lives there. You don't.
Is it my PS4 or is it not?
Then take it out of my house.
And I did. But the point is, I don't mind them playing the games. We have video game time all the time. This particular day, I wanted to watch the news.
I just didn't feel like it. Now, I have some things I want to say. You won't like them, but I don't care. This situation makes me crazy. And let me tell you why. You've been dating for a year. He's staying over there with your kids in the house. They got the PlayStation. You're fighting about that. You're fighting about money like you're a married couple. Don't play house. You know what I mean? And you can't get married because he's already married,
Correct.
right? To the woman we saw on the videotape,
She
right?
won't divorce me for some reason.
He shouldn't be in your house. He shouldn't be staying there. You know what I mean? I understand, if divorce proceedings were started and stuff and you're dating and whatever, but don't move him in and just hope he'll start divorce proceedings. You have to have boundaries. Y'all shouldn't be fighting about money because your money is your money, her money is her money. Y'all shouldn't be putting each other out when you have an argument. You're teaching your kids not to have a resolution to arguments. You're teaching your kids, well, I get mad, well, I'm going to put them out. I'm going to put all my little stuff, with every temper tantrum you have, with every epithet you hurl, you teach your children how to feel. And you're teaching your children that every argument is worthy of a grand departure and a police arrival. Let's not do that.
Your Honor, can I say something?
No. Are you getting a divorce?
Yes.
For real?
When?
I have done all that I can do.
You were here a couple of years ago with that.
5. And I've done all that I can do. Her and I actually stayed together for another 2 years after that video. But I have just contacted her last week. I've given her everything she needs to file the paperwork. It's basically in her court, and she's in Arizona.
Ain't no such thing. If you want a divorce, you bop on down to court and you file.
Okay.
She is required to respond in a certain amount of time, and then you go from there. You don't have to have agreement. All you have to have is conviction. And the filing fee. That's it, and that's all. You put him out and don't let him back until he's filed that paperwork. This matter is adjourned.
I said I wanted to be married before I was 35, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I'm just going to have to deal with myself and my kids, and if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, my divorce is not the only thing holding me back from being with Keisha. We have some financial issues, and there's some other little dynamics that we need to work out that a few came out here today.
Today on Divorce Court.
Chris is just a cheater, a liar. He can't tell the truth for nothing.
The woman I fell in love with 7 years ago went from just the sweetest woman in the world to just this complete monster.
I can't leave the house without him calling my cell phone and be like, where you going?
Living with Portia is just like living in maximum security prison.
Chris doesn't think I know about the cheating, but he's not fooling anybody.
Portia thinks I'm cheating, but I'm absolutely innocent until proven guilty. There's no evidence.
Yes, I still do see myself staying with Chris forever for some fact that I'm in love with him.
If she keeps this up, there's absolutely no way in the world that I can see myself spending the rest of my life with her.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Chris Sample and Portia Johnston Collier. The two of you have been together for 7 years, married for 5. You are in deep trouble, so you have come to see me. Mr. Sample, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why you're here today?
Well, Judge Lynn, let me start by saying you're a very beautiful woman. And
won't help.
She's a very beautiful woman too. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I've been finessed this whole relationship because, I mean, nothing's been the same since, I mean, we've got together. Like, I mean, she doesn't trust a thing I do, anything I say. She doesn't believe anything I say. It don't matter what it's about. She can't believe anything.
Give me some examples where she hasn't trusted you and it was ridiculous.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll also start by saying, you know, this is actually the first black woman I've ever dated. I've normally dated either white girls, Hispanic girls, and maybe even mixed, but never a full black woman. And, you know.
Do you find it different?
Oh, very, on so many levels. But, I mean, this is a brand new ball game.
Why don't you be more specific?
Well, when I dated, you know, a white woman or any other race, you know, when we get an argument, it's always, you know, something calm, civil. She act all the way out. She just take it to the extreme, no matter what it is. Like, you know, I was at work one time, and I called her, text and said, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna be coming in late." You know, and she, you know, sent me a message back. Okay, that's fine. All nice and calm. I happened to leave a little earlier than I thought I would. You know, and I get to the gas station before I go home, and I start getting text messages on the phone saying, "Hey, Portia's at the job, and she's wondering where you at and what you been doing, why you leave early." And so that kind of made me mad. I'm like, you know, why you checking up on me? Because she got it bad. She want to check the time cards when I get off of work. That never happened in any previous relationship I done did. But, you know, because she made me mad, I was like, you know what, I'm finna go to the bar. I'm gonna stay out a little late tonight. You know, just go do my thing. So, you know, I come in about 2 o'clock. No biggie. She woke. She's sitting there, arms folded, eyes all buck, and, you know, just looking all, just crazy. Crazy. So, you know, I'm a little nervous. I shouldn't be nervous in my own home. I go upstairs to go sleep, you know, because I'm scared. I went as far as I pulled the bed out and put the bed in front of the door in our guest room so she wouldn't come up there and bother me. Yeah.
He did do that.
Because
he's actually not lying about that part.
Look, when she start arguing or something like that, she got this thing she like to do. I don't know, it must be a turn on to her. She'll start arguing, right?
Yeah.
Then, you know, she'll go put on lingerie and want to come lay out naked in the bed and scoot all over close to me.
See what you can get, right?
Yeah, you know, but I just try to, you know, scoot away from her, like, get off me, you know, and that affects her in some type of way, but she always doing the most.
Now, you artfully avoided it twice. I'm going to go back for a third time. Black women on so many levels Are we angry?
Oh, she's very violent.
He made me that way.
I'm talking about black women in general. Is that why you didn't date us for a while?
Well, see, I grew up with like, I think, 5 sisters.
Right.
And so I got to kind of see different, they all had different personalities. One was real ratchet. One was real ghetto.
They were all black.
One just always did the most. You know, it was always something. I was like, man, they ain't gonna date no black girl. Is this how they really act? Because I got to see, you know, firsthand how these black women acted. And I was like, I don't want to date no black woman. You know, I want to see something different. You know, I've never, you know, I just wanted to be different.
Thank you for your honesty. I appreciate that. I'm gonna address it in a little while, but I ain't mad. Don't worry about it. I don't get mad about stuff like that. I get mad, but not about stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you why, too. Let me ask you this. Are you ratchet and loud?
No, ma'am. I am not.
Did you do all that where, you know, wait for him in the dark?
Yes, I sure did.
Yeah.
I mean, he told me he was coming home at a specific time. He knows that I stay up and wait for him while I. If you get out earlier.
But I read in here, I got all over your paperwork the word stupid tax, stupid tax, stupid tax.
Oh, yes.
You filled his car with water, siphoned out the gas, filled the car with water.
I do not know how to take out gas.
But you put water in the car.
One time.
Oh, now she admitted.
You broke at least 7 of his phones.
He broke his own phones.
You're claiming non-ratchet and crazy, but you don't read that way.
Actually, I'm not ratchet or crazy.
You know what?
I'm not mad because it's not my money. But don't you think that's an awfully expensive way to make a point?
Yes, ma'am. I do agree with you on that. But 7 phones I broke? No. He's broken all his phones. I probably broke 1 phone.
Don't let this fool you.
I had 2 phones.
Don't let it fool you.
I had 2 phones. I had 3 phones altogether. 2 of them he broke. The first time he broke my phone was because I was at work and there was a guy. I started talking to him as a friend.
Your Honor,
He got mad
let her finish.
because it was a guy who I was making friends with. Second account he broke my phone was because we were both laying in bed on Instagram. All of a sudden, I get a message. I'm like, message? Okay, who could this be? There's some girl on there talking about, oh, you're Chris's wife? I said, why does it matter? So she says, oh, so since you want to be petty, we had sex in your room. I said, oh, really? I hope it was good.
Okay.
He denied it.
Because it wasn't true.
Okay, well, Mr. Sample.
Okay.
We're gonna get to the bottom of why she doesn't trust you so much and why she's so jealous and crank with it.
Jealous?
Very.
Of who?
Of him? I mean, water in his car? Come on now. Let's not play games.
Jealous.
But we're gonna get down to the reason why, and I think that your behavior has a lot to do with it.
I found some other female's earrings in the car. I said, okay, so you're late, pick me up from work, and earrings. Whose earrings are these? These are not mine. Those are yours. How you gonna tell me what's yours? Dude, I buy my own jewelry. I know what I got.
Now, Mr. Sample, I'm gonna read what you told me.
Okay.
Because I read it to Joe, just to make sure I had it right. And then we're going to discuss why she might be a little jealous.
Hope it's not raining outside.
It says, I do admit to cheating on her. However, I've never given her any reason to suspect it. So I'm innocent until proven guilty. You actually said that. So what you got to say now?
I mean, I cheated on her and I told her about it, and you know.
How often?
Once.
No, I've had a lot of thoughts of cheating on her, but I've only cheated on her one time.
No, he's cheated on me plenty of times. He's only told me once.
She might seem all sweet, Your Honor, but like I said, this is really a wolf in sheep clothing. Can I play something for you? I got a little bit of audio on how she talked crazy to me and the way she treats me, and then you will see the reason why I do the things. You know,
not that I need any more evidence because that car thing was enough.
Can I
will
play
listen to it for you.
Let me play this. This is the real her. This is what I go through. This is the reason why I go and seek alternate, because of stuff like this here.
Seek alternate. Just remember you said that. Go ahead.
I would have never been like this, that stupid. Okay, first off, I'm not degrading you, so please stop degrading me. You have degraded me. You've been degrading me. You degraded me when you go with me. How do you do the you do? Why you do what you do? Why you sit there?
See.
No, I see.
This is what I gotta go through.
But
she can't ever seem to be civil. We can't have normal conversations.
No.
I got it.
When we talk, it's gotta be a whole bunch of this and that, and do this and that.
You heard the recording, but that doesn't tell you why I was talking to him like that.
Why were you upset? Do you recall that incident?
Yes, I do.
Well, tell me about it.
I believe we were on our way home from probably picking me up from work, and I found some other female's earrings in the car. I said, okay, so you're late, pick me up from work, and earrings. Whose earrings are these? These are not mine. Those are yours. How you gonna tell me what's yours? Dude, I buy my own jewelry. I know what I got.
Your Honor, this is what she does. She gets in my car and she started playing Sherlock Holmes. She get in the car and, the seat leaned too far back.
I know
how come this vent ain't pointed the way I left it the last time I was in your car? She get in my car, she gotta start looking for hair. She gotta try to find some bogus receipt and say, oh, you
bogus
were here.
Receipt?
You know, I might let my sister use
bogus
my car.
Receipt, right?
This receipt don't matter.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the receipt don't justify exactly that was mine and where I've been at one point in time.
Your Honor,
but this
I
is why I gotta
prove that.
Let her respond to that. Go ahead.
I actually have evidence of a receipt that don't belong to him.
You also say that you found photos on his phone.
Yes.
Of other women.
Yes.
Tell me about them.
Oh, God, let me see where to start with that.
Give me all kinds of stuff. What is this?
Oh, that's a 10-karat gold necklace, 18-inch. That was $50 from Walmart that he don't know anything about.
I do. I actually do.
Now he knows.
What do you know about
now
it?
he knows about it.
What's up with it?
Let's hear about it.
She real jealous and protective. Like, I can't do anything. I'm not allowed to be a man, period. You know, and actually, the receipts she have, it is mine. I admit it's mine. But it was a gift that I bought for her. But see, I can't do anything like that. You know, surprise her with things because she got to be up my butt 24/7. I mean...
So you didn't give it to her because...
No, he got it to his other female.
I took it back and got my money back. Why don't you show that receipt of me getting my money back?
Because
I got my money back.
You don't get your money back from a gift card.
Yes, you can.
No, you don't.
You can get your money back. It don't matter if it's credit card, cash back, whatever you got to do to get your money. You get your money.
I'm so done. I'm so done with this. You say that he's so disrespectful to you that you have problems being intimate with him anymore because it's so hard. Why don't you tell me what you mean by that?
So she go to the kitchen drawer and get the scissors. She took the scissors and said, either you can take them off or I'm gonna cut you out of them. I like, stop playing, man, move, I'm finna go. She grabbed my pants, got the scissors, and cut a hole in them and said, I'm gonna give you one more chance. Take them off, I'm gonna cut them off.
I did not cut a hole in those pants.
She gonna cut them off
I did not cut no hole in those pants.
So, Ms. Johnson-Collier, why don't you tell me why you don't want to be intimate with him anymore?
I can't get intimate with him because he's always out all night, all times of the night, with only God knows who. And I don't want to catch anything.
Mr. Samp, what your response to that would be?
When I'm out, I'm either at work.
Lie.
Or I'm at a friend's house, you know? Like I said, she doesn't allow me to be a man, just like I can't have female friends. And
what kind of things does she not allow you to do that you think precludes you from engaging in manly behavior?
Well, I feel some type of way that she's kind of threatened of me, and I don't understand why. Like, what I mean by threatened, like, she doesn't allow me to work out. Like, why do you want me to, I mean, if I want to be in shape, that's my health. I want to look good for myself, let me do that. But if I work out, I'm doing it for other females. I'm trying to go impress somebody or something like that. Or I can't, I can't wear what I want to wear. Like, just the other day, I tried to run to Walmart, and, I just threw on some sweatpants and just a normal T-shirt. That's what guys wear, just get out a little bit.
Gotcha.
So, she come in front of the door talking about, so where are you going? I said, I'm just gonna run to Walmart. Not in them pants, I said, what's wrong with these?
They were skinny
I'm gonna tell you one more
jeans.
time, not in them pants.
How
I said,
are your
okay.
sweatpants skinny jeans?
And I think she's just playing around, so I'm like, man, move, get out the way. So she go to the kitchen drawer and get the scissors. And come back to me. I didn't go off. I didn't run out the house. I'm thinking she playing. So she come back with the scissors. I'm just laughing like, girl, what you doing? Going on, She took the scissors and said, either you can take them off or I'm gonna cut you out of them. I like, stop playing, man. Move. I'm finna go. She grabbed my pants, got the scissors, and cut a hole in them and said, I'm gonna give you one more chance. Take them off, I'm gonna cut them off.
I did not cut a hole in those pants.
She gonna cut them off
I did not cut no hole in those pants. I did say that I would cut them off if he didn't take them off. I mean, they're skinny jeans. Who wears skinny jeans as sweatpants?
Okay.
Sweats are baggy.
Sweats aren't supposed to be skinny jeans.
They're baggy.
Yours are skinny jeans.
Okay.
Do you think that the things that you do will keep him from cheating on you? Do you think that anything that you're doing with respect to the gas tank or the phone or the skinny jeans, do you think any of that is effective?
Not necessarily, but at the time it feels good.
Do you see any reason why Ms. Johnson-Collier is so frightened of losing you? Because she's scared.
I mean, I don't know what why she would be scared. I mean, I go to work, I do everything a man's supposed to do. I clean the house.
No, you don't.
I cook. I mean,
You cook.
If I don't cook, we don't eat. We'll
The last time he cooked was
starve.
like 5 weeks ago.
We'll starve.
A whole month and a week. No. Yes, we will starve if I don't get in there and do something.
Man, all she do is spend all her time on YouTube watching hair and makeup videos. That's all she do.
Actually, I don't know.
You can't cook no hair. You can't. What we gonna eat tonight? A Remy sandwich? A Brazilian sandwich?
We just might. It might taste delicious.
You know, I don't understand all this. I mean, I can't, like I said, I can't do anything. Like even when I'm at work, you know, I do restaurant management. I do all kinds of things. You know,
right. We work together.
For instance, though, we had this one girl come into the restaurant one day, and she wanted an application. Now I'm short-staffed, so I really need to hire somebody. As long as this girl can count money, I'm finna hire her.
Yeah, right.
You know, she was a little cute. You know,
it wasn't about no counting no money.
In the business, that's what you want. You want the cute girl, so you can put her at the front register. So when these men come in and they gobbling her all up, and they gonna spend their whole check. They can come here flirting with every day.
Right.
It's for the benefit of the business. So I get a girl the application. You know, she goes fill it out. I told her I interview as soon as she gets done. She turns it in to me, Portia snatches out of me. I'm gonna interview this one. I say, okay, you know, cool. Now I'm already upset because that ain't how we handle things. You know, you don't have to go snatch no paper out my hand. I'm your supervisor. So, you know.
I didn't snatch it out his hand.
She did.
I hope y'all don't believe that.
Well, she interviewed the girl. I don't know what she said to the girl. All I know is when she came back, she was like.
I got it.
She wouldn't let me hire her. Like, I can't hire nobody.
I got it. Let me tell you what I got. And let me tell you why you can't be mad that the soda can is flat. Let me tell you why you can't be mad that the soda can is flat. Let's say you got a can of soda and it's empty. Then you put the weight of economic discomfort on it. Then you put the weight of I cheated on her and I run around a little bit. Then you put the weight of I flirt with other women and I know being a man and I go out to 2 a.m. You put all that weight on her. The can is flat. And you said, you're handing me a flat can. The can is flat because of all the weight that's on it. Yes, she's yelling. Yes, she's angry. Yes, she's upset. She's under a lot of pressure because she's scared all of the time. Anger is nothing but fear's bitchy little sister. It's the way fear comes out because she's fighting and defending for her life all the time because you cheat on her. You run around. You're good looking, you're manly, and you believe you have the right to do it. So you do. And you can get away with it. So you do. And it makes her crazy. It makes her absolutely crazy. The can is flat, and they're always talking about black women angry, this, black women angry. If you look at the socioeconomic ladder and what is happening in our community, the absence of men because of the function, I mean, there are just so many reasons why we're just hanging on by a thread, and yes, sometimes maybe we get a little cranky. That's her.
24/7.
Crazed from the fear
it's
of
not
it.
24/7.
No, you got to take some of the weight off of the can.
He don't know
You know
how.
what I mean? You got to take some of the weight off of the can. That way, they can breathe a little and feel a little better. Let me tell you something, Ms. Johnson Collier. You're going to die paying that stupid tax. It feels like you're empowered by that, but you're not. The power is whether you can stay or go. The power is to be cool when you do it. The power is in the amount of education and economic support that you have behind you. The power isn't in the yelling. The power is, I can take it or leave it. I don't have to fight like it's my life, because it's not my life. Like, I can go forward and go on and move even if he's not in it. So if he wants to go out 2 a.m., I get sick of it, I'm done. But don't raise your blood pressure. Don't show, because it don't help. You're mad every day on the off chance he might leave you one day. That's 364 days of pain in case he does something wrong, 365. Bad trade. Just be with him, be cool till he shows that he's not worth it, and then step, and then maybe he'll get a clue before you step. But quit letting him dictate how you feel. You with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't let that love go to waste. This matter's adjourned.
I mean, because some of the things that Chris said, I know he knows that he lied about, but I forgive him. So
I don't think this relationship is gonna work out. I mean, I'm in too deep. putting up too much of a fight. It's too much. I don't want to go through this every day. I work 12, 13-hour shifts, and I don't want to come home to nagging all the time. I want to just be happy, and I'm not happy, so.
Today on Divorce Court.
Cheddar race is crazy. My clothes torn up, truck scratched up.
If you weren't doing what you was doing, I wouldn't be enraged. I'd be my sweet, humble self.
She don't respect my privacy. She's always going through my phone or riding down the street trying to figure out where I'm at.
How can you invade a married person's privacy?
She asked me, was I cheating? I went ahead and told her, yeah.
He wanna have this chick, that thought, this, that.
So why would I throw 21 years down the drain? Because I messed up for a few months. Might as well just keep it going.
He told me he married me because God told him. So if God told you, why we in divorce court today?
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Charity Griffin and Dante Griffin. Mr. and Mrs. Griffin, you have been together for 21 years, married for the last 2.5, but you do not want to be married anymore. Ms. Griffin, upon your departure, you are seeking $700 for a broken cell phone, and you are countersuing for $1,500 in car damage and $100 for a broken statue. I can't wait to hear about that. But before we get there, Ms. Griffin, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here today?
Your Honor, we're here because I've been with my husband for 21 years. He's my childhood sweetheart, and my husband has been living a double life. One example is, well, Christmas time was coming, so Mr. Griffin called and asked, are you going shopping for the kids? Why are you asking me am I going shopping for the kids? So he didn't come home till 6 o'clock that night, dropping off presents, telling me to wrap the presents up. So he left, he was gone. He didn't come back until Christmas Day at 6 a.m. All distant from me, the children, the kids opening up their present. We give him his present, he just grabs it and put it down as if he was just a body that was there. He didn't care at all. Another example is my husband, he graduated from welding school. I'm proud of him, happy for him, so I wanted to give him a surprise graduation party. So I tell his friends, the ones that I know about, and when he comes to the house, he's acting like a male diva. I mean, he's acting crazy, Your Honor, because his friends are at the house. So he said, you want to have a party? I'm going to give you a party. He disappears. 2 hours, Your Honor, come back and still have attitude. You know, kind of distant with his friends. But he said his excuse was because I didn't invite the people who he went to school with. Who does that? On our anniversary, my husband returns home at 11 o'clock in the morning with flowers and candy and balloons. And then he sends me a text message saying, I know you have an attitude. I wanted you to have an attitude, but we're going to start off fresh. We're going to start off new. But what's the problem? What's the issue? What's the issue, Dante?
Okay. Mr. Griffin, you can start with any one of those 3 stories and give me your side of it.
Well,
you got the Christmas Eve,
as far as the Christmas Eve, Your Honor, I mean, yeah, I did my daddy Santa thing. I did take the gifts to the house, but even then, I wasn't even staying at the house much. So when I did take the gifts by, I spent some time there. But even time I'm at the house, she's always invading my privacy. She's going through my phone. She's going through my truck. Even just for one time, I'm staying at the house early morning. She wakes me up at 5 in the morning. She took my fingerprint and opened my phone and went through my phone to check and see what's going on. So after that, she's throwing cupcakes in my face, telling me to get out the house. When she does that, I ask for my keys so I can leave. So she threw my keys out the back door. I go to the back door to get my keys out the backyard. She locked me in the backyard like I'm a dog. So we have a fence back there in the back. She tells me to leave the house, and so she said if I'm going to leave, I have to jump the fence. Look, I'm not a tall guy. So by the time I find some tires or something to stand up to jump this fence, I jump the fence and get to the front yard. There she is tearing my clothes up. And not only that, if I'm going to have a party, if I'm just graduating from welding school, don't invite my other friends. Let me invite these guys that I graduated welding school with. She didn't invite none of them. None of them were there. We already had plans. That's why I disappeared for 2 hours. Y'all left and went to the guys that I just graduated with. But she just tried to go ahead and do the plans that she wanted to do, the things I'm gonna like it. I didn't like it. So therefore I was gone.
What do you think he's doing when he's not at home?
Yeah, living a double life. He's living a double life. He says that I go through his phone doing the touch ID. Well, if I don't, I won't know nothing. When I did, Your Honor, this is what I found out. I went through my husband's phone. My son's birthday was the day before. I was a little distant from him, so I'm feeling bad.
Let's let Mr. Griffin take a look at that so he have an opportunity to explain what happened there. Just keep talking while he's reading.
It was my son's birthday. So I felt a little distance from him, so I felt bad. So the next morning I get up, I said, okay, I'm gonna give my husband some special attention. So I said, but before I give him some special attention, let me see all the suspicions that I've been thinking about.
I didn't know this came
Hang on. Tell me what was going on that day. Could you bring me back the evidence that you had?
I don't remember writing
what was
at
going
that point in time when I did do that text message. I thought it was her. I didn't know who was texting my phone.
You thought it was her?
I was asleep. I was sleep texting. I didn't know. All I saw was good night, baby. I don't know.
Where were you sleeping?
I was at the house with her. I was on the couch.
So you were on the couch. So you thought she was texting you, good night, baby. I'm sorry I fell asleep. Good night. Love you too. Call me if I'm locked out of the car.
I was sleeping.
You thought that was
That's a lie.
Sleep. But she's always going through my phone.
That's
I don't know what she found.
Even though
I had a friend. The guy used to be my friend, and I found out she done tried to befriend him and try to find out things about me that the lady, you know what I'm saying, about this other lady that I was seeing. Yeah, I told her when she found out I was cheating. I told her I was cheating. You know what I'm saying? I didn't deny it.
That's a lie. You did not tell me. I found out
Once you found out, I didn't deny it.
I found out.
Hey. So you were admitting to one cheat, but you told her about it, and that was it.
Yeah, that was it. So she tried to befriend one of my friends and tried to find out more information, and this guy was the one that even hooked me up with the lady.
I see the road that we're on. Let's try to find out how we got on the road, who this side chick is, and how long she lasted.
My husband smashed my phone.
Let me see the phone.
When he believes that me and his friend was having an affair. I did not have an affair with his friend. Did his friend confirm everything that I was talking about? Yes.
So, Ms. Griffin, we understand that there was a side chick. I'm not quite sure how he says he admitted to it. You say you busted him. You tell me your story, then I'll get yours.
Okay, that night, he was asleep. My husband, he sleeps very hard. So I grabbed his hand and put his hand on the phone, and it came open. The first thing I saw was, good night, baby. I love you. I saw, I love you, and it crushed me. I said, but before I go any further, I'm gonna go to Facebook and see if she a thought. The name matched, you know, it matched the phone, well, the number that I put in social media.
Oh, and the pictures led you to believe that she was engaged in thought-like behavior.
But she does that all the time.
She admitted, me going through the messages, she admitted that she's in love with a married man.
Mr. Griffin, do you know the thought about whom we speak?
I know the person that she's speaking about, which it was a lady that I was dealing with, and which, like I told you, when she did bust me, I did admit to it. But she always,
hang on. How long were you with this side chick?
For a few months.
And had you not been busted, would you not have admitted to it, and would you have continued to see her?
I probably would have, but once the time I did get busted, I was relieved of it. I'm not gonna say I was, because I was tired, because it was like you said, I was living a double life. I'm back and forth from this house to this house. Mr.
Griffin, let me ask you a question. How come? Was it just she was available? Has she been running after you? Were things not good at home? Give me a reason why.
Well, she's just always so predictable. Every time I mean, there's nothing. She didn't change it. Now she looks different. She started to change a lot of things. She didn't do her hair. She didn't do her nails. She would sit at the house all the time. She was just so predictable. There have been times where I wouldn't even have to call home from work and ask her what she's doing or where she's at. Because I know she's at the house sitting there, either taking a nap, playing on an electronic device, or watching TV, or just sitting there.
Okay, so I got you. Now, Ms. Gray does nothing, and I mean nothing, excuses what he did. But what he's telling me is that things just got monotone at the crib, that you were no longer engaged in loving one another, you were just kind of living together. Did you allow the marriage to become mundane and uninteresting, and do you see how that might lead to, though nothing justifies it, a failure on his part?
Nothing justifies it. Just as well as he's saying I was predictable, so was Mr. Griffin. But he's barely at home. He's barely at home. He would rather hang out with his friends instead of being a husband to his wife and being a father to his children. It was just me.
Yeah.
If I talk to him, it's attitude.
Because she don't talk to me, she always got questions.
Your Honor, I can't even ask my husband how was his day.
When, why, where.
How was your day?
Always got a question. And I'm not the type of person, I don't like to be questioned. You got to talk to me, tell me what you need. I'm going to make it happen.
How was your day?
I think I see what's happening here. I think I see what's happening here. I want to bring up one more major issue before we devolve into this argument. And that is about how you two address raising your daughter. And then we'll figure out where we go from there.
But my son being rebellious, he did it anyway. Mr. Griffin comes home, he shaves my son's head, not just shave it, bald.
He wanted to be grown, so I gave him the George Jefferson haircut.
You say he's too strict. Why don't you tell me why you believe that?
One example, Your Honor, our son, he had asked me one night, Mom, can I get a tattoo? He said, I'll get your name on it. No, because we previously discussed one time, you know, while the kids are at home, they are not allowed to get a tattoo. But my son being rebellious, he did it anyway. Mr. Griffin comes home, he shaves our son's head, not just shave it bald. He had plugs, like 4 or 5 plugs in his head.
He just jacked up his hair.
Yes.
He jacked up his hair. Mr. Griffin, why don't you tell me your version?
Because that's how these kids are. You know what I'm saying? His whole thing is his hair. You know what I'm saying? You know how these kids got the little their hair. You know, so what I did, even before the barbershop movie came, he wanted to be grown, so I gave him the George Jefferson haircut.
Your Honor.
You gotta give him points for ingenuity, don't you think?
I agree with him, totally.
I want him to go and have his tattoo removed. Because just like he said, he told her about the tattoo before he even got it. So why she'd even mention it to me before he went and got it? Therefore, I could have been on him before he went and made that decision, go and be rebellious and do it.
I also understand that there's an issue with respect to your daughter.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Okay.
So I can have an overview of the problem.
Okay, like I said, Mr. Griffin, he is extremely strict. Our daughter, she was on the phone talking to a boy, and Mr. Griffin, he takes her phone, and he also takes the hinges off the door. So she's a girl. I mean, if you want to take something out, just take the knob off. Don't take the whole door off. Down. Okay, so I understand.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Griffin. Was there a rule in place that you can't talk to a boy?
Yes, my children know how I am. You know, of course, I didn't want my daughter having contact with boys at this point. So yeah, I took her phone. So as me taking her phone, so if I take one electronic device, why do you feel free that you should go ahead and use another? So I pay the bills in my house. So I bust through the door, and you know what I'm saying, here she is on the iPad, still socializing with these kids, with these boys, whatever. So yeah, I took the hinges off the door. I paid for the door.
Girls gonna talk to boys behind the parents' back or...
Let me say this. I've got no holler for Mr. Griffin because he's a philanderer.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this. I'm behind him on that. And let me tell you why. You set a rule. The rule is what the rule is. I'm one device taken. I wouldn't take the devices out of the room. I just take the plug so you can see the device, but can't use it. You see what I'm saying? I've taken out beds, dressers. I've taken doors off. I believe that when you're in my house, you do what I say? I'm not hitting you. I'm not popping you. But I ain't giving you nothing so you can mess up on my watch. You want to mess up at 18? Have at it. But when you in my crib, you go by my rules. I'm feeling him on that. So now we got to get to the money and call this thing a day. Ms. Griffin, you are seeking $700 for a broken phone. Why don't you tell me how it got broken and why you believe he owes you $700 for it?
Your Honor, my husband smashed my phone.
Let me see the phone.
When he believes that me and his friend was having an affair. I did not have an affair with his friend. Did his friend confirm everything that I was talking about? Yes.
I got you. Mr. Griffin, why don't you tell me why you're seeking $1,600, $1,500 for car damage and $100?
Because she scratched up my truck. She also broke my statue. I have a video of my truck. She not only just scratched it with a key, she went down the side of it with a brick. And I didn't have any type of damages on it. That statue, that was
so
something...
all of this is the damage that she did. Do I have a video here? You said you had a video?
Yes, ma'am.
You better be happy.
See, this is what she did. She did one long scratch all the way from the front of my truck all the way to the back. You see the scratch right there? If you follow it, it go all the way. She didn't stop. Then she ain't no regular scratcher. She don't deal with no key. She took a brick. And I guess that's how she got the dents in it. She took a brick and scratched it all the way down there and hit my door with it.
Lord. And the statue, what happened? Oh, she just broke the brother in half.
Yeah, she just broke my statue in half. That statue meant something to me. It came from a dead relative, and I liked my statue. I love my statue. She broke it.
Ms. Griffin did all that occur?
I didn't intentionally do it. It was...
She threw my statue on the hood of my car. It probably got dents in it, too.
Because it's a symbol of our last name.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Let me tell you two something. I'm so glad you're getting a divorce.
Thank you.
He is not at all interested in your well-being. He's interested in his well-being. And I hope that you can co-parent meaningfully. And when I say co-parent meaningfully, I mean you have to discuss the issues that you have and make decisions like, not I am the king and my word goes, but to discuss, this is your idea, this is my idea. I know when to come forward and back up. Sometimes I back up and let my husband handle it. Sometimes he lets me come forward and handle it. There are two parents for a reason. There's a yin and yang to it. Don't just bigfoot it. You know what I mean? Two-foot it. So I will give you that. I am not going to give either one of you any money because I am quite sure you both did damage to each other in great store and great extent from beginning to end. And I so hate to reward a cheater's behavior. You ought not have scratched his car. You ought not have broke his phone. I don't know how much it's worth because anybody bring me an invoice. I know it all happened, but I'm going to call it a wash. It was an ugly thing, but I hope tomorrow that you have a better future that involves two people who can co-parent children in a meaningful and loving way. So glad you're divorced. This matter is adjourned.
If the divorce is what happened, it is what it is. We'll have to just co-parent with our children.
I love Nante. I'm sorry I was regular. I'm sorry I was predictable. But the only thing you had to do was talk to me and not shut me out. We wouldn't be where we at today. You said you loved me. You should have loved me harder. But I love me better.
Today on Divorce Court.
The thing that bugs me the most about Yakub is he loves to argue. He will not give in.
I want Cherie to stop letting people interfere with our relationship and let me do my thing.
He's right, I'm wrong, and there is no common ground.
It's always turned into an argument or a fight. When my family asks me about babies, I feel uncomfortable in front of her.
If he wants to have children, then that is a deal breaker for our relationship.
I thought about proposing to Cherie, but the situation started getting rocky, really rocky.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Cherie Chambers and Yaku Little. The two of you have been together for 7 years. You don't have any children together. You two have substantial issues about what you want out of a relationship and whether or not you can stay together. So, Ms. Chambers, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me about your relationship and why you're here to see me today?
In the early 2000s is when I met Mr. Little. We were co-workers. We worked at the same company for about 5.5 years. And then the company had ended, and we ended up going our separate ways.
My understanding is that Mr. Little came in and rescued you a bit when your situation was not good. Tell me what he did.
Yes, he did. We talked for a while, and I was just letting him know that the women's shelter that I was staying in wasn't a place that I can concentrate and really focus on doing what I need to do to get back on my feet. So he offered his place to me. And by us being good friends, he knows that I'm a good person, and he really wanted me to get on track. So we didn't work at we both were working at that time, but we didn't have the same hours. He worked different hours than I did. So he said, well, you know, you come in and stay at my place. I'm not there because I work from such and such. So you'll have plenty of quiet time and relax and get yourself together and get back on your feet.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Little, on her behalf. I mean, you know, what a good dude. What a good guy. It's a wonderful thing to do. Somebody's struggling, you know, you held your hand out and helped her. When did it become a romantic relationship?
It became romantic, I'd say about maybe 2 months after staying with each other. We came to realize that we have a lot in common. The most thing that we have in common is our birthday's on the same day. And we never even knew that. Never knew that our birthday was on the same day. But we love doing the same things. We like to go out and have a good time. And we love life. So we both have that positive energy between each other.
Mr. Little, is there anything you'd like to add about what's going on so far?
Basically, yes. Everything she said was basically correct.
Right.
And everything. I mean, I see she was a good person. And we had, like she said, we have a lot in common. So therefore, I figured that, you know, since she's down.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
You know, let me help her pick up.
Right.
You know.
You say his family cannot stand you. Why is that?
Well, in the beginning, they did like me, but there was an issue that happened between us. It happened with the children, and certain family members ended up blaming me for what the children did, and so there was nothing that I could do about that. But since that incident has happened, that has put a rift in our relationship.
You don't have to be specific about what it was, but did it cause somebody physical harm? Was it economic harm, or somebody lied? What type of infraction
It was
are
a
we talking
lie,
about?
and then it hurt everybody's feelings.
Gotcha. Mr. Little, do you know what we're talking about?
Yes.
How does your family feel about her?
Well, I ain't gonna say everybody, and I ain't gonna say family. It's just certain family members.
Right.
You know, in the situation that went on, you know, I tried to, you know, better the both of us by, you know, try to come together and try to iron out the situation, because basically it was a big misunderstanding.
Right.
You know, and we got to have a bigger and better understanding on what's going on. So what I tried to do is basically just try to iron out the situation so we could be, as grown people.
Were you able to iron it out? Did everybody kind of get over it? Or?
No, he didn't iron it out. His thing was ironing it out is just don't talk about it. Let's forget it. Just you forget it. Let's not talk about it. Over time, it will just be forgotten.
But let me ask you this. My understanding is they won't let you come to any family events. Is that true?
That's true.
Mr. Little, is that accurate?
No.
What is the current familial stance on Ms. Chambers?
Well,
can she, like, if y'all throw a barbecue, can she show?
I mean, yeah, most likely in most occasions she can. It's just that. See, there you go. She can. Most of my family or whatever, she can attend to most of them. It's just that
there are a few.
It's just a few. I try to, like, you know, talk to them I try to talk to them basically because I don't want to deal with them the most.
Right.
And I have to make them and talk to them to make them understand. If she's with me, she's with me.
You. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta respect that.
No, but he still goes by himself.
You understand? If she with me, she's with me.
But he still goes by himself.
I don't go and jeopardize their relationship if they got a problem with their man or female. You know what I'm saying? I don't go there and be like, oh, what's she doing here? What is he doing here? I don't like him. I don't like her.
She seems to think that she can't go to any family events. Why does she feel that way?
Because she don't feel
so.
she don't feel comfortable of going off of what's been told to her. But me personally, I go to them people who have a problem with her. I don't have to do it in front of her, but I do go to them and confront them like, look, y'all got to understand, this is my woman, and wherever she goes, I goes. You know? And you gotta,
I love that.
And you gotta most likely understand that. I don't need you to be talking about her in front of me and her that make her feel uncomfortable and not coming to any more of my family functions.
Given what Mr. Little said, and I believe him, given what he said, maybe you're stuck on the idea that they once were mad and haven't just broached the possibility that you can go now. Might be a little uncomfortable in the beginning, but you can go. Is that possible?
I mean, I can go. I'm pretty sure that I can go, but I don't want to go if there's gonna be a fight, a rift, problem.
But you don't know that, right?
Right.
You don't know that.
I don't know that.
It's got to be more than that one incident. I understand that there are religious differences as well with the family, so I'm going to get off this topic and move on to the religious difference so we can see what's really going on here.
When we go around his family, they're like, Yaku, when you going to have children? That's not a possibility for me. And they know. I just want the family to respect our relationship and understand that we're together. There will be no babies.
Mr. Little, I'm going to start with you. Does your family have religious differences with her that also impede their relationship?
No, not really, because we come from two different backgrounds. You know, I was raised as a Israelite, aka Rasta. You know,
right?
She was raised, in a different thing. So it's like, they ain't gonna look at our differences or nothing like that because we do love each other.
Right.
We ain't gonna let our religions and our beliefs come in between our love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Ms. Chambers, do you believe that your religious differences causes a rift between you and his family?
I do, because he's a Rasta, and whenever we do go to like their family function, it's small kids, kids all around, family all around. And so when we go around his family, they're like, Yaku, when you gonna have children? That's not a possibility for me. I got my tubes tied, and just last month I had a full hysterectomy. And they know.
Mr. Little, how do you feel about the kid issue? Would you like kids? Are you comfortable with the fact that she can't have any, or is that an issue for you?
I mean, I do kind of have mixed emotions about it because, as far as my family, our family sees us as a kingdom. You know what I'm saying? If I have a child, they're gonna praise that child. Right. As like a prince.
Right.
And that's what they want to see out of me. But by me dealing with this woman, it ain't gonna happen.
Right.
So they gotta understand that.
But you're okay with not having children. You have come to terms with it and accepted it.
I mean, I mean, in a way, I feel comfortable because what if I can't have kids? You know what I'm saying? Basically, what I'm saying is, if I can't have kids, they gotta accept that I can't have kids, but I have a woman who has kids.
Right.
So therefore, I'm gonna take them kids like they mine.
Right.
I just want the family to respect our relationship and understand that we're together. There will be no babies.
He seems pretty solid, though. He seems, very few people have come in here and spoken in such a definitive, firm, and vociferous manner, like, this is my woman. Love her like she is. I accept her for what she can give me, and I'm done with it. And if you're not cool with her, you're not cool with me. That's That's the vibe he's giving me.
Yeah, but that ain't the vibe that he gives his family back at home. The vibe that he gives his family back at home is he's gonna have a child one day. So when they come and talk to me, my thing is, where's this mystery child coming from?
I got you. I want to change topics right now and talk a little bit about sex and why you may not be having as much as you would like.
He'll go to work, come home from work, sit on the couch, and go to bed. Won't get in the shower. Well, he's a contractor. You can't bring all that from the outside into the inside. That becomes a problem because I have to force him to do it.
You say that there is an issue with the frequency of sex and there's a reason for it. Ms. Chambers, why don't you explain to me what that reason is?
Well, the reason is because in their religion, they're not really too keen on hygiene, like deodorant, soap, stuff like that. And so...
Apparently this is news to Mr. Little.
When you don't do... Okay, for instance, he'll go to work, come home from work, sit on the couch, and go to bed. Won't get in the shower. Well, he's a contractor. You can't bring all that from the outside into the inside. You get in the shower first before you get in the bed. My mom always taught me, don't you lay in my bed dirty. So I don't want him to lay in my bed dirty. So yeah, that becomes a problem because I have to force him to do it. Mm-hmm. I gotta force him, I gotta tell him, hey.
Does he go?
He goes once I tell him, but I shouldn't have to tell you. You should do it anyway because you know you stink.
I'm gonna respond to that.
Okay, go right ahead.
Now, for us the sexual thing about it, I don't think we have any problems. The only problems that we only have when we, on the sexual side, is her condition. She just got out of surgery, so I can't do too much.
Right.
You know, she just had a hysterectomy down there. You know?
I got you.
I can't do too much.
Right.
So I got to be careful of what I do, or it's gonna hurt her. Basically, as far as the hygiene thing goes, I don't even know what she's talking about on that.
Right.
Because,
the hair.
I do. What they got to do with my hygiene and stuff? My hair's my hair.
Because if you don't wash your hair, you smell like sweat. Dreads build sweat. Dreads are hot. Mm-hmm. So if you don't wash them on a regular basis, you smell that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you care to address it, Mr. Little? You don't have to.
I'm gonna address it. Because yes, I do. I do wash my hair. I do keep my body clean when it's possible, when it's needed, you know. But I do get in the shower. I do all of that, you know. Right. I don't have to have her permission or her say so to go get in the shower. I'm 35 years old. I should know how to get in the shower myself.
Uh-huh.
You understand what I'm saying?
Sometimes you need a tap and reminder.
So therefore, I don't need her approval to go get in the shower or have her to tell me to do stuff like that. You know?
You do it on your own.
I do it when I want to and when I do it on my own.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So therefore, if I need to get in the shower after I get from work or whatever, having dust and fiberglass and stuff on me, of course I'm gonna go get in the shower.
Right.
If we going anywhere special, I am gonna get presentable and jump in the tub, you know?
But I know he said anywhere special, so it's not as often as you would like. I get where you're going. I get what you're saying. The last thing I want to talk about is the elephant in the room, which is she wants to get married and you haven't done it in 7 years. We're going to figure out why and what, if anything, we can do about it. So, Ms. Chambers, you're wondering why he won't put a ring on it already. Is that accurate?
Yes. We have been together going on 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I don't want to be 40 saying, hey, y'all, meet my boyfriend.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Little, women come in here a lot looking for a ring and thinking I can help them with that. I can't, but can you give me your perspective on marriage and whether or not it's an institution for you?
Don't get me wrong, man. I love this woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind marrying this woman.
I don't mind.
I don't want to be forced and pressured into it.
Right. Do you think it's a matter of timing and time, Or is there a reason you don't want to get married at all, or to her? She wants to know.
8 years.
Well, we have been together for 8 years, but you can't force nobody into a marriage just because you want to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But have you discussed the issue with her? Because you know she wants to.
Yeah, I discussed the issue with her because, I mean, yeah, I feel her perspective of she want to be married. So do I. You know? But I mean, we can't just up and get married if we ain't ironed out our situation yet. Yeah. And I don't want to be forced, like, I want to be married, so therefore, if you ain't gonna put no ring on it, you can go. You know what I'm saying? Without iron out the situations that we got going on.
It ain't that
you know,
can go.
I mean, it's like this.
I understand. We've run out of time. Mr. Little, you talk a good game, but at the end of the day, you're not as solid on all these issues as you say. And that's okay. There is nothing wrong with being hesitant about entering into a lifetime contract with somebody because your family doesn't get along and because you're concerned about whether or not you do really want to have children, maybe because you have religions. You have the right to have all of those qualms and problems and considerations. All I'm saying is this. I think you two need to sit down and be honest with each other about where you are with this. You can't say I'm all good and I want to get married, but I can't get married until the situations that I say are already good get good. Because then you can't.
Now, how long
do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
You need to have that honest conversation.
I also gotta let everyone know too. If I'm gonna marry this woman, y'all gotta deal with it.
How long should we wait?
And I understand all of that, but
8 years. How much longer do I need to wait?
That's the question that I gotta ask you. Because I can't answer that for you, and I can't make him answer that for you. If he doesn't want to get married and he don't want to make that move and you're not going to leave if you don't, he has no impetus to do so. So that's the question that you have to ask yourself, and you have to be the captain of your own ship on that one. You understand what I'm saying? No one can do that for you. I think you're two good people, and I wish you both the best of luck in the world. This matter is adjourned.
By the end of next year, if he's not ready to get married, if he still is undecided about children, then I'm gone.
I'm gonna try to make this work after this 1 year. If we can't make this work after 1 year, then we both need to go our separate ways. But still, I don't want no bad blood between us.
Today on Divorce Court.
I'm here today because my husband is a cheater and a pathological liar.
I have cheated in my past, but that's in my past.
I kicked him out of the house because of all the lying, all the cheating.
I could spend the rest of my life with her if she can change, if we both can change.
I see myself spending the rest of my life with Joseph if he changes, but I don't think that that's gonna happen.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with LaQuaya Coleman and Joseph Wyatt. The two of you have been together for 14 years, married for 7 years, but you are in deep trouble, so you have come to see me. Ms. Coleman, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why we're here today?
Okay, my husband is a cheater and a pathological liar.
Okay.
One day, he had went to the club, and he ordered food for us. After we got back from the bar, he asked me to go get the food, and I went and picked it up. And when I got back, he wasn't home. He left, wasn't answering the phone or text messages, and was gone for 3 days.
Mr. Wyatt, do you remember that incident?
No, I don't.
Is it out of the realm of possibility?
Yes.
You would never do anything like that?
Not 3 days, right?
Not 3 days.
Well,
what
maybe
would be the
it was
longest
2.
you would stay away?
Probably a day.
A day. Ms. Coleman?
That's not true.
I understand what you're telling me. Tell me something else. What else is going on?
One day, again, he went out to the club and didn't come home for a couple days. I asked him where he was at. He told me that he was chased by the police and he bypassed our house and ran to his friend's house. And so he was there for 2 days.
Was the police chasing you?
Yes.
Why were they chasing you?
I had a warrant for driving without a license. They saw me. I took off
Driving?
running. No, I was walking. Tried to stop me, and I took off running.
Did they catch you?
No.
Did you take care of the warrant?
Yes, Your Honor. I took care of it.
That's a lot of wasted time and energy, don't you think? I never understood that. I said, you know, come to court, handle your business, and we leave you alone.
Yeah, I was dumb. This is all when I was a little bit younger. Wasn't thinking too much.
Ms. Coleman, you've been with this guy 14 years. So far, he ain't looking too good. Was there any point in time at which you said, this guy may not be a keeper?
Yes, but, I mean, I love him. So.
Tell me something else.
Okay, well, I had a miscarriage. I had went to the hospital. They told me that I was miscarrying, so, I would have to go. They told me to go back home and just, I know what to expect. So this particular day, he left again, was going out drinking or whatever he was doing. So it was starting to happen, and so I called him and asked him to come home. I was home alone. And he told me, I'm not a doctor. I can't stop it. I'm out drinking. Basically, handle it.
Wow. Tell me something else happened.
Your Honor, half of these things that she's telling you, you're just hearing half of the story.
Well, that's
I'm
why
about
I'm
to tell
coming to you to hear the other half.
The last story that she just told you, I don't even recall that. I would never do
you think she made it up?
Yeah. She had to make it up. For one, she likes to call and, like, if I leave, she's so jealous and insecure, she'll just make up something to get me back home. For example, the house is on fire. The house on fire? I just left like 5 minutes ago. How's the house on fire? I get all the way back, she put it out. How did you put a house fire out that quick? Things like that.
Gotcha.
So it's like she plays games with me. And then on top of this staying out, she's saying I stay out all night, I go and do this, I do that. I don't just do it for no reason. I might see something in her phone, and it makes me just want to go out and drink. Like,
what kind of things do you see in her phone that make you run out to have a drink?
For one, I had a friend. We grew up our whole life in church. I went a separate way. We still was cordial, cool. But then I start seeing him talking to my wife, and he's doing things for my stepson and taking him out of town. I'm wondering, ain't no man just gonna be doing all this for nothing. So I started investigating. I look in the phone, I see, okay, well, why would you need to sneak down to your room at work? You work for a hotel, you need to sneak down to his room to see him before he leave out of town? That didn't add up with me. And then when I ask her about it, it's always, well, what did you do? You did this in the past.
Okay. Was there a suspect relationship?
No.
What's he talking about?
Yes, I did tell him, on my break, maybe I can sneak down there and see you for a second before you go back out of town. But if my mom was staying at the hotel, I would tell her the same thing. Maybe I can sneak and see you because I'm not supposed to enter.
Not supposed to be doing that if you're at your job.
Exactly. So that's what he's saying.
But I don't get why he couldn't have just came up to the front desk and saw her. It's a public place.
Because
why can't you see anybody? You can just say hello to anybody anywhere. This is what I mean about the sneakiness. She never gets caught, but she always assumes, and once she assumes, it's true. A woman's intuition. If she thinks something, it's true. For example, we was in Walmart one time.
Right.
Just had a message came on my phone from Facebook. It's my cousin's wife. She just saw the picture of a female and went ballistic. Everybody in Walmart heard, they looking like we on TV. They watching her. She's cussing, yelling, dropped all the groceries, storms out of the store. She can't do nothing now because I didn't talk to this girl.
Ms. Goldman, is that accurate? You saw a picture of a woman pop up with a message and you lost your mind?
That may have very well been true, but I don't recall that.
But it does sound like something that may have happened.
Yes, it sounds like something that may have happened. I mean, he lies so much, I don't know when to believe him.
Okay, so Ms. Coleman, here's what I'm gonna ask you to do next. What I'm gonna ask you to do is tell me the one circumstance that you caught him cheating, or as close as you can to catching him red-handed. That's what I want you to tell me next.
I took the phone and, I asked her, are you sleeping with my husband? She told me yes, she was sleeping with my husband, that he gives her money, that he pays people gas money to pick her up and bring her to wherever he is, that when he doesn't come home at night, he's with her.
So, Ms. Coleman, you're going to tell me the most dramatic instance of you catching him cheating.
Okay, well, it was a number in the phone, and I didn't recognize it, so I called the number back. I actually had my son say hello when the other person picked up. And it was the girl who I thought he was, cheating with. And I took the phone, and, I asked her, are you sleeping with my husband? She told me yes, she was sleeping with my husband, that he gives her money, that he pays people gas money to pick her up and bring her to wherever he is, that when he doesn't come home at night, he's with her. Yeah.
Mr. Wyatt, your response?
My response to that is, I did messed up in the past. Half of the things that lady told her wasn't true, though. She was just doing that to try to make her probably upset. Mm-hmm. But I did mess up and admitted to that and changed from that. But since I changed from that, she's starting doing everything now.
Tell me the best evidence you have that she's been cheating on you.
Oh, I got evidence. For one, she has a stepson. I have a stepson, her son. She thought that who father she thought it wasn't his. They shouldn't have any ties. It's not your baby's
not
father.
Your child, right.
It's not his child. Okay, well, first place he comes over our house. First thing she do is making him plates. Making him plates. He coming over just kicking it, chilling. I see so I started investigating. I see in her phone, she's telling the same person, I've been wanting you. I don't know why. Joe's still here. I've told him I want you and want to be with you.
Just clearly.
Clear as day. Clear as day. They're saying
that something's going on. Ms. Coleman, did all that occur?
He did see those text messages in my phone, but that was after he did what he did. I mean, me and this guy, we never met. We haven't messed around. My brother just recently died. He was around, to make things a little easier for not just me, but for my entire family. Mm-hmm. So, nothing is going on with me and this guy. We're not even together right now.
I got it. Yeah, I know. You guys are separated. I want to talk about, Mr. White, you say she's insecure for no reason. And I want you to tell me some of the things that she does that are problematic because she's so insecure.
My sister pulls up, get in the car. You ain't getting in no car. How you gonna tell me I can't get in the car? Because I got this crowbar. So she holding the crowbar, and I'm like, what? So I take off running. Tell my sister, drive
Meet me down
off.
the block.
Meet me down the block.
Ms. Coleman, did that occur? Mr. White, you not only say that she's insecure, but that she's also has a huge anger problem as a function of that insecurity. Please tell me about that.
Okay, insecurity, for one, she helped me with my dreads. I had hair. My hair used to be so long, it was probably down past my knees. Mm-hmm. Thanks to her. She's blessed with her hands when it comes to doing hair. So when we go in our city, we'll go out, go anywhere we go, it seems like somebody will say something about my hair. Mm-hmm. When they say something about my hair, it's like, you look at your peripheral vision at the corner of your eye, I see my wife just, it could be a man, it could be a woman. Anybody come up and say a compliment, here come the jealousy. Like, as soon as we walk off, what you think you are, Lil Wayne? You ain't nobody. Why would you say that? I didn't even do nothing. They just touched my hair. Right. You think you something. Right. I'm like, well, what is all this coming from? So I cut my hair off. Tired of hearing that, I just cut it off. Now I'm trying to grow it back. That's what happened to my hair. The anger
Give me the most outrageous circumstance you can recall.
One day, we got in an argument. I walked off. I walked to my cousin's house, called my sister, come pick me up. I gotta get away. My sister, before she coming to pick me up, she walks down there chasing me, trying to argue with me. So I'm like, please hurry up and come get me. While she walking up, my sister pull up to come pick me up. She sees her. She think I'm calling my sister to beat her up or fight her or something like that, but my sister is actually scared of her. So my sister pulls up, get in the car. You ain't getting in no car. How you gonna tell me I can't get in the car? Because I got this crowbar. So she holding the crowbar, and I'm like, what? So I take off running. Tell my sister, drive
Meet me down
off.
the block.
Meet me down the block. So I'm faster than her, so I take off running. She trying to run with me. I run, open the door. So my sister opened the door, I jump in, go. When I said go, she reached back, launched the crowbar, went through the back window. My sister, I'm telling her, go back.
Ms. Coleman, did that occur? Yeah, it had to have, yeah, because he couldn't have made that one up. What were you so mad about?
He was probably out cheating.
Probably.
I mean, that was really long ago, like in my younger days. Since then, I'm not like that anymore.
You stopped throwing crowbars at people and all that kind of stuff.
He also has anger problems, too.
Will you give me your best example of his worst episode?
Well, one day, he asked to use my car, and I told him no. So my car was unlocked. He went outside, reached in my car, pulled up the hood, tore all the spark plugs from under the hood. Then there was a speaker in my car. He took the speaker, lunged it at the car, put a big hole in it, then kicked it, and it has 2 dents in the door.
Yeah. You were younger then? Is that
No, this
is
was
that
recently.
the explanation? Recently, I mean, within the last year?
Yes.
Did you do all that, Mr. Wyatt?
Yes.
And you did that because?
We went half on a car, and I come around and the car is gone. Even if I wrecked it, you can't sell it. It's half of ours. If we went half on it, you have no right to sell something that we went half on to benefit you. So I was upset about that.
Yeah. So just to ensure that you lost all your money that you put in the car, you tore it up.
Okay, he said we went half on a car. That wasn't the car that he dented and tore up. That was the car prior to that.
You sold it.
Which, yeah, I sold the car because he got in an accident and, like, totaled the car.
Gotcha.
So that was his half right there.
So, right, yeah, so he tore up his own stuff.
He tore up his own half.
Sending a message, but the message just says, I'm stupid. Yeah, I got it. You guys are not together now, correct?
Correct.
You are currently separated.
Correct.
And are divorcing.
In the process.
In the process. Let me talk to you. Sometimes when I get to this part in a proceeding, I either try to make sure you really want to go, and if you don't really want to go, because a lot of times I think the woman's going to stay, she's just mad for the day, going to go home, take him back, and so I hope that's not the case. Sometimes I think you guys are looking for help to stay together. I hope that's not the case. Sometimes what I do is give you some knowledge that I hope that you can take with you into your next relationship. I don't even think that's going to do any good. I'm not going to get mad, but I'm going to say what I got to say. I think you guys are conducting business in a disassembled community. You're in a society where you don't have much money. Every argument ends with get out. Every confrontation ends with something getting thrown, something getting destroyed. And I can't get mad at you that because I know it is a function of part of where you're from. Having said that, I will say this. You can live down to where you're from, or you can live up to a better day. And it is my hope that you would try to live up to a better day. I know that you were young when a lot of this happened, but you destroyed that car this year. Holy moly, you don't have that kind of money. I mean, you paying the stupid tax. The stupid tax is I have an emotion. I cannot afford another car. I can tear my car up, buy another one cash tomorrow. I wouldn't do it. but I could. You ain't got that kind of money. You just without a car. And you're doing it because you're working on behalf of emotions with no thought behind it. I know that these days we aren't behaving very well. From Twitter, from the very top to the very bottom, everybody is arguing, everybody's ugly, everybody's calling everybody's name. Everybody, all of us adults are conducting business in a manner that would get my kids grounded. And everybody thinks it's okay. Not only do we all think it's okay, we say we can go one worse. Yeah, he went this low, let me go this much lower. I mean, from the very top to the very bottom. It's exhausting, it's ignorant, it will decimate us as a people. There will be no conversation, there will be no discernment, there will be no effort because everybody's just being ugly on the regular. And there's no example that we can follow that's better than that. I hope you can rise above the circumstances of your community. I hope you can rise above the circumstances of social media. But rise up at some point. And at every opportunity, you need to make a conscious decision to be better people. This matter is adjourned.
I am willing to work on my marriage as long as he's willing to change. He needs to grow up. He needs to get a job. He needs to stop smoking weed all the time. And he needs to take care of his son financially. And then maybe I consider working on it.
We're going to work it out. We're going to be better. We're going to try our hardest to get back together and do what we need to do to be together.
Today on Divorce Court.
I'm here because I think Chris is cheating on me.
I've never cheated on her and I haven't cheated on her. Misty really needs to show me more respect.
He's a lousy provider. I support everything.
She is the only one currently working.
Chris has got to step up and be a man, get a job, and act like he wants his family.
I can see myself spending the rest of my life with Misty.
I want the judge to tell Chris that if he doesn't step up, I'm gone. I'm out of here.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Misty Manning and Christopher Curtis. The two of you have been together for 2 years. You are here on before your vows. You love each other, you want to be with each other, but you're not quite sure whether or not you should get married. So you've come before me, you've taken my compatibility test and given me your license with permission to tear it up should I find the union ill-advised. Ms. Manning, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me why you love him, but why you're not so sure you should marry him?
Your Honor, I'm here today because I think my boyfriend Chris is cheating on me. When I was in the hospital with pneumonia, he texted his ex-girlfriend asking her to come and see him. When she asked him, well, what about Misty? He said, well, she don't know, won't hurt. He texted another one of his exes asking her, telling her he still had feelings for her, wanting to know if she still had feelings for him. Could they get back together? There was a time where there was a lady that texted the phone or called the phone, and we were in bed, he was in the bathroom, and I answered it. Well, when I answered it, she said, oh, really? And I said, can I ask who this is? She said, why don't you ask Chris who I am? Hung up. So when he came out of the bathroom, I asked him. He says he don't know who it was, he's never seen that number before, but I've recognized that number several times on his phone.
Mr. Curtis, that was a whole lot in one fell swoop. Do you have a response to any of that?
Your Honor, I never cheated on her, and when the lady called my phone, Misty pretended to be, or text my phone, I should say, Misty pretended to be me just to gain information from her. In regards to me texting an ex, yes, I did text an ex, and I did ask her to come to the hospital, but at that point in time, I didn't know if Misty was going to live or die, and it wasn't for me to cheat on her. I was needing somebody to confide in. You mean to tell me you got your woman in the hospital, you don't know if she's going to live or die, and you turn to an ex-girlfriend for support? Yes, this is what you're telling me? Yes, Your Honor. How much sense does that make? At the point in time, it made a lot of sense, but now it doesn't make any. There's growth right there. Mr. Curtis, what is your primary concern with respect to this relationship? My primary concern in this relationship is that I'm tired of her accusing me of cheating on her and her not respecting me. Well, that was short and sweet. Ms. Manning, can you tell me
any other reasons why you believe that he's cheating on you?
Your Honor, he's always telling lies. He is a pathological liar. He lies about everything. One time he said he was going to go and apply for a job. He lied. He didn't go and apply for a job. He went and donated plasma. And when he had an interview, he told the interview people that I was in the hospital having a miscarriage. I was never pregnant.
Did you do that, Mr. Curtis?
That's
a yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, are you unemployed now?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long have you been unemployed?
3 months.
Okay. Did you tell her you were going to get a job and had a job interview when you didn't?
No, I did go apply for the job and I did have an interview. I just didn't make the interview.
And you didn't make the interview because?
I was donating plasma, and the time that...
You just didn't want to get the job, right? Because there's no time frame in which you have to donate plasma. If you got a job interview, you go. You don't.
Right.
It's not like the plasma people, the blood people tackled you on the way to the interview and dragged you in and tapped your vein. You made a decision not to go to the interview and to give plasma instead, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. We're getting growth over here. Mr. Curtis, do you respect her?
Yes, I respect her.
Uh-huh. How come so many lies and so many, I'm going to get a job but don't get a job? Got an ex coming to the hospital while she's there. Why so disrespectful?
Because I guess I'm taking out what happened to me in my past relationship out on her.
What happened in your past relationship?
Past relationships, I've been cheated on. I've done everything else for the person that I was with and didn't get any recognition for it. So therefore, being with Misty, I take that out on her.
You take advantage of her before she can take advantage of you.
I guess in a way, yes, Your Honor.
I got that.
Your Honor, one time he had stated that he went and applied for food stamps to try to financially help because he don't want to work. And I'm the one that brings in all the money. I pay all the bills. So I told him at least apply for food stamps. He lied and said, well, I don't know how to apply. And so I tried to help him. Well, he lied about applying for food stamps. He lied about going and getting a job because I've applied for the jobs online for him. And I couldn't even get him to call and schedule an interview or check on the job after I applied for him.
Is all that true?
Yes.
Your Honor, he's okay with being a carny, a carnival worker, and I'm not okay with being a carny's wife. I'm not going to. That's the only job that this man wants to do.
If there's a carnival in town, you'll work it? Is that what
how
it works?
No, basically what it is I've worked for carnivals for 10 years. It's not something that I can just up and quit one day, and not ever go back to it. She wants me to make money, but she wants me to do it her way. So therefore, I've never worked a 9-to-5 job in my life, never. I've worked carnivals for the last 10 and a half years.
Do you have to travel with them?
Yes.
From city to city?
Yeah.
And she doesn't want you to do that because she wants you home.
Exactly. But if she wants me to make money, I don't see a problem with it. As long as I'm sending her money at least every day or every week or whatever, I don't see...
When he does work carnivals, does he send you money?
No, Your Honor, he does not.
That's a lie.
And he is also lying because he said he's never worked a 9-to-5 job. When I got with this man, he was working at the Salvation Army in Tulsa, where I was stranded at for a couple weeks. So if he's never worked a 9-to-5 job, how did he work that job? If I would have known then that he was going to be like this, I would have never took him back home with me.
You took him back home with you?
I took him back home with me
Yeah.
from Oklahoma.
How long did you know him before you took him back home with you?
Not long, Your Honor.
Give me a ballpark.
Your Honor, probably 3 weeks.
Small ballpark, huh?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Didn't anybody, when you brought him home, say, hey, do
Yes,
you really
Your
know
Honor.
this dude?
Yes. My parent did. My father did. He didn't like the idea of me bringing him home anyway, but I thought I was in love, and he couldn't tell me nothing better at the time.
What was on your mind when you left the state with a woman after knowing her 3 weeks?
Honestly, Your Honor, I don't know. I fell in love with her. That's all I can really say.
Well, if this is what love looks like, I'd rather be alone.
Your Honor, this man has a very bad anger problem. When we get in arguments or fights, he is quick to call me a bitch, quick to call me fat and put me down, quick to tell me he doesn't love me no more.
Mr. Curtis? So, Ms. Manning, you say he's verbally abusive. Why don't you tell me about that?
Your Honor, this man has a very bad anger problem. when we get in arguments or fights, and he is quick to call me a bitch, quick to call me fat and put me down, quick to tell me he doesn't love me no more.
Has he been like that throughout the relationship, or has this developed over time?
Just started.
Just started how long ago?
Probably 6 months.
Do you know why? Do you know what's changed?
Your Honor, I don't. I know that, like, when I put him out, I'll tell him to go. He's got to get out of my apartment. He'll get so mad, he'll punch holes in my walls. There was a couple nights about a week ago where he knocked my coffee table over. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. The police officers got called. They 86'd him out of there. He ended up leaving. I took him back. We were at my dad's. When we first came to Arkansas, we were at my dad's, and this man ended up getting in an argument with me, calling me fat, telling me I was worthless, putting holes in my dad's walls, so he had to step in, kicked him off the property, told him to leave.
Mr. Curtis, are you shrinking at all over there? You starting to feel smaller and smaller?
Yes, Your Honor,
Yeah,
I am.
I'm glad, because that means that you're conscious. Now, Mr. Curtis, do you admit to being verbally abusive? And if so, how did that develop as a lifestyle for you?
Yes, I do admit to being verbally abusive, but when she starts yelling, I get irate. So therefore, I lose my temper very quickly. And yes, I have called her names, I admit that, and I regret that. And no sooner than I say it do I apologize to her for it. I mean, when we fight, we do fight. I've never laid hands on her, but I have broken our stuff and I have put holes in our wall, I'll admit that.
And since you don't work, you don't have the money to replace them, so that puts the burden on her to replace those items you broke, correct?
You're right, it does. And that doesn't give me right to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have fixed everything that I've put a hole in.
Do you know why she's always yelling at you?
Because I don't do nothing.
There you go. Does it ever occur to you that the appropriate response to her being mad at you about that kind of stuff is to, like, man up as opposed to holler at her?
Yes, it is.
However, you rejected that notion because...
Honestly, I really don't have an answer for that, Your Honor.
This is a before your vows. I have to remind myself of that. Do you want to marry her?
Yes, Your Honor, I do. I love her to death.
How is it that you love her so much but can do nothing for her but hurt her?
Honestly, Your Honor, I don't know. I don't try to hurt her, and that's never been my intention at all.
But you manage it quite a bit. And I want you to try to connect the dots for me. You really, really love her, but this is how you treat her. How does that happen? Ms. Manning, at some point I got to turn to you. This is a before your vows. You've told me he's verbally abusive, that he doesn't work, that he tears up your stuff, that you think he's cheating, brings over the ex when you're at the hospital, all of these things, yet you want to marry him. So I want you to take a hot second there and put your best words together so you can explain to me why it is you want to connect yourself in perpetuity to pain. He is a net negative in your life. He's emotionally harmful. He's tearing down who you are. He's tearing up your house. He's not contributing economically. He lies to you and he cheats on you. What would cause you to throw him out and keep going? So, Ms. Manning, I went through all of his behaviors as you recited them to me and asked you, why are you here on the before your vows? Because it seems to me that you want to attach yourself to pain. Tell me what I'm missing or where I'm wrong.
Your Honor, I love this man, and I want him to get it together and be a man and respect me. But if he doesn't, I'm not going to stay with him.
You have so far. You keep telling me you've thrown him out, you bring him back. What would cause you to throw him out and keep going?
You know, Your Honor, I think it's just I can't let go of him for some reason. I love this man, and I see the change in him, but he's just not willing to do it.
Mr. Curtis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you willing to change in order to become a man worthy of having her as his wife?
Yes, Your Honor, I am willing to change.
What are you gonna do?
First off, I need to get a job. That's the biggest one. I need to help more around the house. And
you don't do that either?
I do clean the house, but I don't clean it like she wants me to clean it, you know. But I do cook her dinner. I make sure she has dinner ready when she gets off of work.
Every day?
Not every day, at least 3 to 4 times out of the week.
No, you're lying.
Does she go to work every day?
Yes, ma'am.
But you don't feed her every day?
It's not that I don't feed her every day. I don't slave over a hot stove every day, no. But at least 3 or 4 times out of the week, I do.
And if the tables were turning, you were working all day, you'd expect your woman to have a meal for you every day. Not 3 or 4 days, but every day.
Honestly, no, Your Honor. I wouldn't expect her to cook every day for me.
Oh, that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. Ms. Manning, I'm going to give you an opportunity to give me a 30-second professional, because right now, you know, all I'm wanting to do is buy you a bus ticket and send you somewhere. So I want you to say something to me that would say, this is a union I'd be worth fighting for. Ready, set, go.
I don't even know, Your Honor. I don't feel like I should be fighting for it. I really don't, because I don't see him changing. I don't see anything, working out with us. He don't want to work. We don't have no communication. When I ask him answers, he won't even tell me. He'll just say, I don't know, or the famous cop-out that he always does about the not you, it's me. Mm-hmm. I don't really see anything coming about it, Your Honor. I don't, and I've tried. I've cried to him, I've begged him, and I've talked to him like a woman, and he still refuses today to do anything.
Mr. Curtis, you have 30 seconds to convince her that she shouldn't bounce you, as I'm going to recommend.
I mean, like she said, we don't have any communication, and she's right, we don't. And when she does ask me questions, I can't give her an answer, but I do love her and I do care about her, and I'll do anything and everything it takes to keep her.
That's it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Got it. Now I'm gonna talk to you. Well, I'm gonna talk to you too. You may not have any fun, but I will. I fully anticipate that you're gonna leave here and be with him. He's done nothing for you. He is a net negative in your life. He's emotionally harmful. He's physically harmful, just tearing up your stuff. He doesn't put hands on you, but he's tearing down who you are. He's tearing up your house. He's not contributing economically. He lies to you and he cheats on you. I don't know what's going to make you go. And he does it because he can. That's it. And he does it because he can. The side of you, whatever love he professes to have for you, does not stop him. It doesn't say, hold up. It doesn't make him, dag, she's working that hard. Let me at least make her a meal. It doesn't do anything. He does as much as he can, when he can, how he can, whatever he can, because he knows you'll take it. I hope you know you're better than that. I hope you believe that you can step on and step forward, either with or without him. Whether you have a man, don't matter. It's better than being beat over the head with what you're not and how not good you are, and he's cheating on you. He could bring home some disease. You don't know what he's doing. He lies to you. You know, if somebody verbally abuses you long enough, you become that little piece of nothing that they tell you that you are. Bit by bit, day by day, they make you smaller and smaller and less, and one day you'll look up and can't get out because you're so small, because he's convinced you of that. I don't know what's wrong with you, Mr. Curtis, but let me tell you what. You are going to get in life the whole lot of nothing that you give her. You got nothing to recommend you. You have no kindness. You have no love. You have no conscience. And you just, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did it. You don't even believe that you're not a bad guy. You're just a nothing guy that gives her nothing, expects everything, and don't want to do anything about it. I hope I'm wrong about you. I hope you're not this black hole of negativity that I see. But that's what you are. And I don't know how you can look in the mirror every day, say you love a woman, and live off a woman, and tear a woman down, and still feel like a man in the morning. Can't see it. Don't know how it happens. Don't know how you live with yourself. I couldn't treat somebody who I didn't love with that amount of disregard. Have somebody I didn't love, but he's taking care of me and paying my bills, and I'm gonna talk nasty about him. Please. What does that say about you? Ms. Manning, step on, step forward, Move past this. This is an ugly you do not have to bear. And I don't want you to believe that you're better off just because you have a dude. See this little marriage license? See, if I had a lighter, we would take it out in flames and we dance around it in a bonfire about freedom for you, but you have the right to feel good about yourself. Don't hook up with a guy that doesn't make you feel good. You with me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Step on, step forward. This matter is adjourned.
Misty, I'm sorry for everything that's happened in our relationship, and I don't want it to end like this. That's never how I wanted it to end, and I do love and care about you, and I do want to work this out.
I did everything for Chris, but he threw it away. Like, he didn't appreciate it. And like the judge said, he thought I was gonna stay, and I'm not.